This is the Say It Can't Gamer, and you are live with the MMA-Holes!
Mixed Martial A-Holes! MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial A-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
Boom, 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 boom.
No way.
Oh!
From the Queen Studios of New York, the Contender Series is finally here with the long-awaited debut of Nick Newell. Will he get a contract tonight? He's fighting Alex Munoz, and we're going to find out tonight on the MMA-Holes. Yeah!
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What's up, friends, family? The Contender Series is what we're watching tonight, and that is correct. You heard correctly. Nick Newell, well, he's fighting in front of Dana White. It is finally happening. Finally happening. And we are going to react to this in an interesting card over here. Dana White Contender Series. This is episode 6 of season 2. And Nick Newell gets a shot. Will he get that UFC contract? We're going to find out tonight. Now, if you are not familiar with the MMA-Holes, well, we've had Nick on multiple times. Friend of the show, Nick Newell. We had a little fun with him when he's come on, and he's a good sport, nice guy. FAA is his gym, and this is a big opportunity for the 1.5-arm man. Jessie, what do you think about this fight tonight?
I'm excited. We've been talking about this for a long time, and Nick Newell is a friend of the show, like you said. So, of course, it's exciting. Why not be excited about it? Plus, this could be a huge step forward for the UFC as well. The UFC has been taking a lot of really massive business moves, so it could be good for them. You never know.
Well, this is interesting. The UFC, Dana White's like, nah, I don't want Nick Newell in the UFC. I don't want him to get hurt. What happens if the one-arm guy gets hurt? Blah, 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 blah. No. Then they have a meeting with Nick, and Nick's like, I want this shot. Give me the shot. Throw me on the Contender Series. Let's go. Right? So here it is. Nick Newell is here. And Vanderford, what the fuck? What is he fighting
so
again?
apparently Vanderford took it was willing to take another bout a week before his wedding to Paige Van Zandt.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait.
Newsflash.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
So he fought last week.
Yes.
And now he's fighting again this week.
Apparently. A week before his wedding.
Well, look at that. I had no fucking idea. Austin Vanderford is back. Mr. Van Zandt is opening up another card. Will he get a UFC shot tonight? Wow, I didn't even know about this. Interesting stuff. So to backtrack a little bit, and shout out to Tiger Life over here, Tiger Life Energy, link in the description. Dana White said that Nick Newell cannot be in the UFC. You know, you can't have a one-arm man in the UFC if he gets hurt, blah, 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 blah. Then he gets into the UFC, and now you look all over social media. You look all over the Contender Series. You look on UFC.com. Everywhere you look, Nick Newell is there. His face is plastered across everything. So I don't get it. 1 minute they're like, no, we can't have Nick Newell on here. It's just not right. You know, what if he gets hurt? And the next thing you know, he is everywhere. We don't even know who Nick Newell's opponent is. They don't even give a fuck. This man, Alex Munoz, across the way, an 0-0 fighter. Apparently he's tough, but we have no idea. We don't know anything about this guy because all we see is Nick Newell. Nick Newell. If you go on Dana White's Instagram, and I think this is his Instagram over here. Yeah, Dana White. And then look, this is what he shows. Nick Newell.
Nick Newell.
Nick fucking Newell. It is a little so cute.
What the fuck? What?
I just want to squeeze it. It's adorable.
Are those his fingers? Or what was supposed to be his fingers?
Yeah, well, Nick Newell, if you don't know, he has half of his arm. And you know what? We really didn't get into detail. I mean, he was born like this, right? So, you know, I mean, we got into detail of how he grew up and this and that. But regardless of the point, the guy has an arm and a half, and it is adorable. And the UFC is just promoting the fuck out of this kid, right? You're not supposed to be fighting for the UFC, and now he's everywhere. So tonight on the MMA Holes, we're going to find out, will this man get a contract? The notorious or notorious Nick Newell. Now, Jessie, before we
Yes-y.
went live, we decided to put on the community a little bit of a poll.
Yes.
A lot of news broke.
It did.
You have Paulo Costa versus
Yo,
the Soldier of God.
I love you.
I love you. That's right. This fight is happening. UFC MSG is going to be banging, and there's a bunch of fights that are coming together over there. Tyron Woodley, is that fight going to be on that card too?
Tyron, well, I have, if you go to the message board of the MMA-Holes, there is one article that does talk about Tyron Woodley. And
You know what? I think it's
Hill.
228 though. I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's 230.
228, but a lot of banging cards coming up, and we're going to talk about the Tyron Woodley thing and Darren Till. If you don't know about that, that's in the works. Tyron Woodley and Darren Till for the welterweight title. Colby Covington is nowhere to be found. He cannot fight. So, okay. A lot of stuff to talk about, but check this out. We asked the community, we asked the MMA Holes before we went live, does Nick Newell get the win/contract tonight on the Tuesday Night Contender Series? 23% says yes, he will, right? 19% says and 58% says plus the UFC contract. So UFC contract plus the win, 58% of the MMA Holes. Now, if you guys want to vote, check it out on our community page over there on the MMA Holes. All right, so we're about to watch the first fight. It looks like Uriah Faber's got a bunch of boys on this card over here. And that's right, Mr. Van Zandt is back. This is the first time ever. We've never seen this before, right? Two times in a row. We have, well, it's not on the UFC.com because God forbid they get this right. Let's go to, hold on a second. Let's go to Tapology over here because Tapology usually is on point, right? Fuck me in the asshole. Fuck me in that sweet, sweaty ass. I just made up that
UFC
song.
228. I'm sorry, it took me so long. UFC 228, Tyron Woodley and Darren Till is what they're aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's not 230. It's not the same card as Romero, Rockhold, all of them.
All right, so what is going on here? I'm confused. Angelo Trevino is fighting. Wait, didn't this guy fight on the Contender Series before, too?
Looks like
He
you're
did.
rewatching
What is going on? Are we watching the right fucking thing?
an episode.
Hold on a second here. What is going on here? So wait, watch Tuesday Night Contender Series. Yes, I would like to do that. Hold on, I just got fucking kicked out. Oh my god.
Does anyone else have access to your account?
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I just got kicked out of my own fucking Fight Pass. You have to be fucking kidding me! Oh, you motherfucker. Oh my god. The only one that could have done that is my father. I don't know why
does he
in
watch
the world.
the Contender Series?
I don't know. He never watches. And he's, oh god. You know what? Do me a favor.
In other news.
Here's my phone.
Yes.
Go over here and ask him if he's logged into my account. As I'm trying to do a fucking show! Could you believe this? Could you fucking believe this? I got logged out. Oh, this is AIDS. And then I'm doing this on a Fire Stick, right? So it's going to take me like 7 hours to type everything in with this goddamn Fire Stick controller. Well, Nick Newell's the main event, so... I can't believe I just... Like, what is going... Like, what's wrong? Well, why is my life like this?
Can I yell at him?
No, just call... Can you just call him? Because he's not going to
Yeah.
pick... He's not... Just give him a call and just tell him what's going on. And actually, stand off mic. Maybe you can talk to him if you don't mind. Let's see. Tear the studio apart. I should. I got logged out. I got logged out of my own fucking Fight Pass. All right, I'm back in. We're back in business. All right. It looks to me like we've missed nothing. Okay, we're good. Do we miss something? I don't know. It looks like it's just starting over here. Did they log in?
No. It's they're logging on.
Okay. So fake news about Van Zandt. I don't know where that happened. Wait, hold on a second. Why can't I get the fucking Contender Series? He's not logged in? Where the fuck is it? What are we doing? Is it on 9? Do they move the time? The fuck is going on here? It keeps resetting. It's showing the wrong fucking Contender Series. Oh my god. Fight Pass, what are you doing? Schedule. Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Yes. I would like to watch that, please. No. Jessie, is it me?
Yeah.
Or it's not here?
It's not. I didn't see it. I saw one thing.
Here we go. Wow. Fight Pass is being a fucking bag of dicks. All right, here we go. So, Jessie, that was fake news.
Fake news.
Where did you come up with the Van Zandt thing?
Look it up. Vanderfort he did accept a fight with the UFC a week
Oh,
before
so
his
he's
fight.
fighting with you, but he's not fighting on the Contender Series.
I guess not.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But he did accept a fight.
Ugh.
That's all I read.
You're like, yeah, he's going to be on the Contender Series.
No, I didn't
All
know
right.
he was going to be on the Contender Series.
It doesn't matter. We missed nothing. Thank
Okay.
God. You just saw me have a mini heart attack, but that's fine. Chase Hooper versus Cannon Kawahai. What's with the names? Why the Contender Series this year is like the most difficult names to pronounce. So we're gonna say Hawaii, or he's from the United States. Yeah, Hawaii versus Hooper. I'm assuming he's Hawaiian, judging by the looks. All right, here we go. 4 minutes and 57 seconds. First round over here. It's Hooper versus Kawahai. Kawahai. Wow, Kawahai with a knee to the body, starting off, but Hooper with the underhook, spinning him back around against the fence. All right, we are synced up, Mr. Hawaii. I'm assuming this guy's Hawaiian, right? 145-pound fight is what we're watching over here. And basically, the only reason why we're watching this is because Nick Newell is fighting on the main event.
Hi,
Kawahai. Thank you, Fergustrom. Thank you for the pronunciation. Kawahai.
King, your mother's ring.
With the Vulcan.
I know.
Hooper with the takedown attempt over here, going for a double, and Kawahai says no. Is Hooper like the Walmart fucking... What's the other kid's name? The fuck is the Sugar Shane O'Malley?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Sean
Sugar
O'Malley.
Shane O'Malley. Sean O'Malley? Sugar Sean O'Malley. Yeah, that guy.
Sugar Sean?
I thought it was Shane O'Malley.
Sean. Fact check.
No more fake news, please. I've had enough fake news for one show.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley. Yeah. Sugar Sean O'Malley. Sugar Shane Mosley, I'm thinking of. And I had him have a baby with Sean O'Malley, and now it's Sugar Sean. All right, so Chase Hooper is going with Kanan Kawahai. Kawahai and Hooper are going at it in the first round over here. And that's right, if you're jumping in and you heard us talk about Paige Van Zandt's boyfriend, that's fake news. Afro getting beat down to his WMMA scene. Afro going with the CM Punk koala bear. What the fuck? Oh my God. He tries to pull Kawhi High into guard.
He does kind of have like a Sugar Sean thing going on.
So I'm assuming Hooper's got an intense ground game. He keeps on trying to drag this thing to the floor, and Kawhi High is like, nope, we're going to keep this thing on the feet. Good job staying up there.
I think his shorts are going to fall off.
Hooper's got the Jufro going on. It's looking swollen, sexy. Things curly as fuck. And Kawhi High has the Aztec tattoos across the chest, coming down the arm onto the shoulder. They're both in the middle of the cage right now, reset, ready to go. Kawhi High looks like he's huffing and puffing already, right? He looks like he's gassed out. Hooper going in for that kick, and Kawhi High just tosses him to the floor, throws him down like a bitch.
Hawaiians are strong.
Yeah.
No joke. Like they could be extremely tiny.
Just Hawaiians? Like
Well,
Hawaiians are strong.
In my experience,
I'm not sure if that's
Hawaiians
racist or a compliment. I can't really figure it out.
No, it's something I've learned. Like they could look super tiny.
Yeah.
And they just they could lift a fucking ton of bricks. It's ridiculous. They're so strong.
So who is stronger, Mexicans
or
or Hawaiians?
Samoans. Or I think it's Samoans. But Samoans
Oh,
are
a
bigger.
left lands by Kawhi High. Hooper's fucking in trouble. Eats another left. Hooper puts the hands up. Gets cracked again. A knee to the thigh. Hooper goes for the fucking pulling guard situation again. Kawhi High is like, all right, I'll hang out here for a sec. Dropping some bombs. Hooper was fucking stunned. The dude looks like he was in La La Land for a second. If you're just tuning in, we found out that Hawaiians are very strong.
And Samoans. Samoans are not Hawaiians. Two different.
Samoans are those Girl Scout cookies, right? The Samoan Girl Scout cookies? Or Samoa. Yeah.
Your host, Mystic Moss.
Stelio, a 51-year-old casual, been watching since UFC 1, but I'm here for the stumps, is Butterfly. No, says Samoans are usually strong as tick.
I rest my case.
As tick.
As tick. I'm assuming that means like as fuck. I don't know. I don't know. They're strong.
As strong
Mark
as
Hunt
Tick,
is
the
a Samoan.
superhero, or the Tick as the...
Only it's pronounced Samoan.
Yeah.
Say Samoan.
All right. Oh, man,
You
look at that
can't
cut
even say it.
on Hooper. Hooper's left eye, above his eyes, sliced up. He is hurting. They're back up to the feet over here. Hooper's trying to roll around on the ground. And here we go. The Kawhi high going for the neck of Hooper. Hooper must have some real serious confidence on the ground. He just wants to stay there. And, uh-oh, we might see some work. Oh, the choke! Kawhi high going in for the choke over here. Hooper slips out of it. Now Hooper's looking to get a mount. Kawhi high says nope. Gets back up to the feet. Hooper looking for the guillotine. We got a nice little scrap between these two in the first round. Hooper versus Kawhi high is the first fight of the Contender Series. Nick Newell takedown by Hooper. Then guillotine attempt by Kawhi high. Look at the rolling. Look at the action in the first round by these two no-names. 4-0 is Kawhi high, and 4-0 is Hooper. As the round is wound down, we have a interesting fight here, Jess.
Indeed.
I have to give this to Kawhi high. The damage, the brutal shots to the face.
Damn it.
And Hooper just kept on trying to pull guard and getting this thing on the ground. It wasn't really working for him. And I'm giving Kawhi high the first round. I like the fact that there's a lot of action here. This is a good fight. Good fight between these two.
Yeah, but I don't see a contract happening.
10-9 Hawaiian says WMMA scene now. What do you guys say in the chat? Who won the first round? I'm going with the Hawaiian as well.
Is he Hawaiian or Samoan?
This guy has got to be Hawaiian. Kawhi high?
Yeah, but Samoans can have Hawaiian last names as well. It's called intermixing of...
He's from Hawaii. There we go.
But that doesn't make him Hawaiian. Samoans could be from Hawaii. The Rock is from Hawaii, and he's Samoan.
Well, I say Hawaiian since I see he's from Hawaii. So
Okay.
I'm just going to go with Hawaiian.
Hawaiian, there you go. Now that, because the chat said...
The Pacific Islander. Hawaii's for gay marriage. Yeah, it's true. It is for gay marriage. I say shut up, Jesse. We can make it whatever we want here on the MMA-Holes. He's either a Samoan or Hawaiian. We don't give a fuck.
He's Mexican. Everybody's Mexican.
I mean, Kawhi high, he's got to be Hawaiian, right?
Well,
he's got to. That's.
It's,
Mark Hunt.
If he has a
Samoan.
Hawaiian mother, or I mean, a Hawaiian father and a Samoan mother, then he's Samoan.
All right, so to those of you that are jumping in for the first
He'll have a Hawaiian last
I
name.
promise this show is like this every time. All right, there's some knees in a clinch over here, nut shot, and yeah, the the Hawaiian Samoan Hawaiian. We found out a lot tonight so far. We started off the show with this that Paige Van Zandt's boyfriend is fighting. He's fighting right now. Oh no, he's not. We also found out that Hawaiians are very strong. And then we found out that Hawaiians are strong, but they might not be Hawaiian. They might actually be Samoan. So now we don't know if you're there strong Hawaiians or strong Samoans.
Yeah.
We also found out that Hawaiians can get kicked in the coconuts and survive.
Ah, I see what you did there. Kicked
Yeah.
in the coconuts.
The lime in the coconuts.
I know,
rule.
Isaiah. I know you're kidding. Because you're like the only person who
who
can't, like, who doesn't talk to me in a malicious way.
All right. You don't have to apologize in the chat. We
Yes,
expect,
yeah, I
we expect
appreciate
full-blown
the
autism.
apology. I appreciate it.
Nah. All right, so Hooper looks really young, man. This kid looks super young. It looks like the Hawaiian is good to go. I'm going to get an age on this kid. Hooper, hanging with Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper. Let's look at this. Is one of the kids that are fighting tonight. And oh, wow, Hooper's throwing fucking hands.
He's got kind of a baby face.
This
How old
kid
is
is 18 years old. He is 18 fucking years old. Wow. Jesus Christ. 18 years old, getting a big shot on the Contender Series. Back has been taken by the 18-year-old is trying to scramble on the floor. Slippery little motherfucker. His back was taken by the Hawaiian, and then he's slipping out. Slip one leg out, looking to slip the other leg out. The Hawaiian cannot do anything to this guy on the ground. Interesting stuff. The first round did not go Hooper's way, but the 18-year-old confidently.
How old is the Hawaiian?
Alex Munoz. Hello. Kanan is, well, you have a computer in front of you too, Jessie.
Oh, my apologies.
20. So we have an 18 versus a 20-year-old. This is a pedophile's dream. All right, Hooper versus Kawhi. Kawhi is on his knees right now as Hooper is just opening up shots to the face. Hooper's got his head by the 18-year-old's nutsack, and the 18-year-old Hooper, Kawhi's got his head by the Hooper's nutsack, and Hooper is just pinning him down to the floor. Now he has a nice advantage on the ground with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Hooper is doing work. Lefts, landing. 18 fucking years old, this kid. Crazy stuff. So clearly, the game plan of Hooper is going to take this thing down to the ground and pound, and that's what he's doing. He's landing a lot of lefts and a right. He is opening up a can on the Hawaiian's face. A can of pineapples.
It's interesting because the UFC website says that the Hawaiian is well-rounded, but he doesn't seem to be very good on the ground at all.
No, Hooper is definitely doing some work. What a difference a round makes. The Hawaiian's trying to get the legs up high. Hooper standing up, trying to posture up now inside the guard, moving a leg over and passes one almost. And here comes some body shots by Hooper. A lot of grinding work by Hooper. We're in the first round of the Contender Series. Here's a mount, and look at the elbows by Hooper. The 18-year-old's opening up a cut on the Hawaiian's face. Hooper's doing work. Hooper's doing work. Grabs the back of the Hawaiian. I tell you what, Hooper wins this fight, guaranteed contract.
You think so?
Guaranteed contract.
Why?
Because the UFC is going to sign this kid. They're going to baby the fuck out of him. He's only 18 years old. He is whooping the shit out of this guy.
I doubt it.
Shit. Now, granted that his opponent is only 20, but look at this. Goes for the neck. Hooper might get the choke in the second round. Sunk in. Oh, shit. The Hawaiian fights the hands and gets away. Now eats lefts. That's what I like about this kid. Tons of energy by Hooper. And the Hawaiian switches it up. The Hawaiian rolls around and tries to pull himself inside the guard of Hooper.
Exhausted. He looks exhausted.
I mean, wouldn't you be exhausted if this shit was going down? Now the Hawaiian is inside the guard of Hooper. I tell you what, this is a fantastic fight. Look at Hooper going for the arm now. Trying to get the leg super high and work for an arm. Hooper, even on his back, is super dangerous. Could you imagine this kid now locking the legs over of the Hawaiian? Man, oh man, look at the work. Working the ribs, trying to loosen up an arm. Gets onto the back of the Hawaiian. Hooper rocking with some rights. And grabs the back, sinking the hooks in. Stretching out the Hawaiian. Resets and looks like he wants to mount. Nope, goes back to the back. Hooks in.
There he goes.
Hooper rolling around with only 20 seconds left in the round. Can he get a choke?
He's going to get it.
Oh, it's underneath, but hand fighting by the Hawaiian. Hawaiian hand fighting. He's looking over, wimpsing. He's like, get away from my neck.
He's going to tap.
Nope, not enough time. 5 seconds left. Hooper. Oh, man. Hooper gets on top and cracks him. And look at him. Yeah, he's tired, but he's not that tired. Hooper walks over and he's like, yeah, I got another round in me. I like this kid. I like this kid a lot. Look at the heart of him. Hooper, Chase Hooper, loses the first round, gets cut open, turns the fight around, and now he's in the lead. We got a split fight over here. Let's see how this shit runs down in the third round. Like this. Sports Center TV, what's up? Welcome to the MMA-Holes. If you're not subbed, give us a sub. We're watching the Contender Series. We're doing a fight reaction, and we're ready to watch Nick Newell throw down. Is Nick Newell going to win? Let me know in the chat. GSP versus Nick Diaz 2 says no bati. So is that what you think is going to happen there? GSP versus Nick Diaz 2. I would sign up for that, right? It's a money fight for GSP. Fuck it.
It's time to get cringy.
Uh-oh.
Evil donation.
Michelle and I are doing shots of apple juice every time Jessie says Hawaiians and Samoans. We already have a good buzz.
All right, drink up, drink up. Thank you, Daniel Murphy, for the wonderful, wonderful, evil donation. That's right. Link in the description if you want to interrupt the show. Daniel Murphy, you are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Jessie, I don't know if you heard that, but every time you say Hawaiian and Samoan, Daniel's doing shots with Michelle. How about that?
Oh, Daniel Murphy.
That's right. All right, the clock has started for the third round over here. If you guys want to sync it up, the Contender Series, we're watching the first fight. Love this fight. Showcasing a youngster. Wow, armbar attempt by Hooper. Hooper brings it right back down to the ground. This Hawaiian has nothing left. Nothing left. When Nick fighting? Is this complex? I don't know, man. I don't believe Nick's gonna ever fight again. UFC selling wolf tickets is nobody. Get them drunk JBH is drunk savage. Spin that ass. Or will we see Nick Diaz versus Colby Covington? Man, Colby Covington, let me know in the chat what you think about that. As we're watching the third round, there's a domination right now going on. This kid, 18 years old, Hooper, has mounted the Hawaiian again. Now goes on the back, is clubbing shots, dominating this fight. This poor Hawaiian has no chance right now. He is literally just holding up. The ref's like, you got to do something. But let me know in the chat. Do you think that Colby Covington was done dirty? Do you think he was done dirty? Well, I mean, now Tyron Woodley looks to be getting the fight against Darren Till, which is very risky. We don't know if Till could even make championship weight. Hooper on the back again. They're going to stop this fight. This guy's not even fighting back anymore. They're eventually, now he's spread out. They're going to stop this. Rights are landing. Hooper looking for the finish. The Hawaiian's tough, but how many more shots can he take? He's literally just standing there. He's just laying there. They got to stop this shit, man.
Why isn't he stopping it?
Well, now Hooper's going for the back. He's got the back. Now trying to loosen up that neck. Man, a lot of ground and pound, NH. What do you think in the chat? Do you think that they should... Well, now, I mean, now he's just got the back. He's just trying to crank the neck of Kawhi. Kawhi doing a good job now fighting the hands. Looks like Hooper's running out of gas a little bit, but has the back. The hooks are in. Not looking like the shots are really doing much.
I don't see a contract here.
Man, oh, man. Kawhi has just been mounted. All right, you got to stop this fight. Here come the elbows. Kawhi is mounted by Hooper. As Kawhi gives up his back, Hooper gladly takes it. Now goes for the neck again, trying to choke out the Kawhi. Not that strong. Yeah, Covington should get the fight over that booger-eating freaks, his Vanchip man. Man, that evil donation fires me up.
So that was the evil donation that Daniel Murphy was drinking with Michelle?
Yeah. He said every time you say Hawaiian or Samoan, they do a shot of apple juice.
Hawaiian, Samoan.
There you go.
2 shots.
Uh-oh. We didn't play the 20 like song. Yeah, we have 36 in the books as Hooper's doing work. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is hard to watch. Hooper broke as well.
I have a question. Do you think
that they should stop this fight?
Yeah.
Just from boredom? I mean,
all cardio aside for why a fighter starts to sort of give in during a fight, do you think that, especially during something like this...
Oh, my God. The neck again. If he gets through this again, he's fighting hands. Kawhi, Hooper going for the neck again, doesn't get it. Kawhi slips out. I mean, it's safe to say, a high up mount and now dropping bombs again. Lefts are landing. The ref's going to stop this. He's got to stop this fight eventually. Oh, my God. Sorry, go ahead, Jessie. This is just ridiculous. I can't even believe we're watching right now. This is just a beat. If this is not a 10-8, I don't know what is. Go ahead, Jess. Sorry.
Do you think that, especially for something like this, all cardio and stuff aside, any reason that they get exhausted, do you think that they just get discouraged because they know they're not going to make it, so they kind of just give up toward the end? Do you think that happens with some fighters?
Kawhi has given up?
Yeah, do you think that he just kind of got discouraged? He's like, I'm not getting a contract.
No, I think he's exhausted, and he's just trying to stay alive. In his mindset, he just doesn't want to get finished.
Do you think it happens for some fighters for this series? Like, some fighters may end up just
Oh
stopping.
my God. Jesus Christ, this is a beating. Hooper is beating the fuck out of Kawhi High. Just beating the fuck. Back to the back. Now goes for the armbar. So this is the reason why Hooper's not going to get a contract. I'm going to tell you why. Because, and the fight's over. Hooper had a lot of chances to finish this kid and was never able to pull the trigger. He wasn't able to pull the trigger. He wasn't able to get the sub. You know, Kawhi High is tough, but you have to think there was a lot of chances for Hooper to get the job done, and he couldn't. And I think because he couldn't get the job done, he's not going to get the contract, but he's only 18 years old. Man. All right, so Sean Hart says, Jessie, yes, for sure.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe not for all fighters. Maybe it is cardio or whatever reason they're getting exhausted. But some of them, you have to think, toward the end of the fight for the Contender Series, they might just be discouraged. Like, I'm not getting a contract. They just kind of stop trying, you know? Like, to stop trying
The
to the end of
loser,
the
you're
fight.
saying, of the
Yeah.
fight? I don't think, honestly, I think no one ever stops trying. If you're in front of Dana White, if you stop trying in a fight, it's because you're broken. I don't think it's because you're discouraged. Discouraged is when you're putting time out at school, you know, or your mom. This is fighting, and these guys are fighters here. Wow, Hooper's face is fucked up for a guy that just dominated that fight. That first round wasn't too good for him. Man, oh man. Do you think this kid gets a contract?
No, not at all.
The ones that stop trying aren't meant for the UFC. I agree with you.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. I mean, if you can't even make it through a 3-round fight, what happens when you make a main event, you know?
Sean Hart says the nervous thoughts might kick in. Yeah, I mean, nerves got to be through the roof. That's why I can't wait to talk to Justin and Nick after the Contender Series. I'm dying to talk to these guys afterwards. Hopefully they both get contracts. Here we go, the official decision. Let's hear, and it's pretty obvious who won that fight, but I'm curious to see Dana White's reaction. There's a lot of cool things about the Contender Series. If you've never seen the Contender Series before, it's a good show. Way better than Tough. There's a lot of things that go into it. It's unanimous. All right, Hooper gets the win. The arm goes in the air. Hooper gives respect to his opponent. His family looks to be very happy about this. Hooper wiping off his face. Has a nasty cut over the left eye from the first round. But second round going into the third round, complete domination. Chase Hooper is only 18 years old.
He looks so defeated. He didn't even go over to Dana White.
Well, hold on. We're going to find out right now. He didn't leave the cage yet. All right, so as they escort him out, let's see what Hooper does. He's got to be exhausted. You know, give him a couple more years, and this kid will be able to finish. Oh, he's walking the wrong way. Like, Hooper, you're walking the wrong way. Now you have to pass the boss. All right, here goes Hooper. Does he have the balls to go over to Dana White and rub his bald head? Hooper, tired, gives high fives to the crowd and looks to be walking past Dana White. They're showing a crying girl in the crowd, and Hooper does not acknowledge.
Didn't even acknowledge he was there.
All right. If you're a fighter, right, and he's walking over to you, Laura Sanko, wouldn't you just give Dana a little bit of a blowjob on the way back? Let's hear the post-fight interview here. I'm curious to see what this kid has to say. 18 years old. Chase Hooper, check it out. This is who we're watching being interviewed right now. Won the first fight. He's upset he couldn't get that finish. You can see the frustration in the kid's face. You could also see the blood in the kid's face. He says he was fine in the first round. And he got rocked a bunch of times, but he said he was good. I don't know, it was sloppy in the first rounds, and then he kind of settled in the second. The third round was a dominating round. How do you give a little BJ, says Daniel Murphy.
Michael Anzalone, you're not blocked on the chat. For those of you guys who have not been around or don't know or didn't hear, if you're on live chat, some of your comments might not pop up here because OBS automatically, for some reason, puts top chat on the phone, and we can't change it. So sometimes your comment will show up, sometimes it won't, but it'll always show up in live chat during the shows.
Yeah, on the replay, just click live chat on top of your chat room over there, and you'll see your comments. On this phone over here, YouTube is such a prick it's such a like a big piece of shit when it comes to this. Like all of a sudden they have top chat for sensitive people and live chat. Just make sure you click live chat if you want to hear everything. If you're sensitive, you're not going to be watching this show. I don't understand why don't they give the creators the opportunity to disable top chat.
Yeah,
top chat is
sucks.
so stupid. It's so dumb. It makes no sense. But to me, I think what YouTube is trying to do is cover their ass.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly what they're doing. Because you got to think that other channels, especially with going live, I mean, they've probably had a lot of problems in the past. It sucks because a channel like ours, like a cringy channel, you want to see all the comments in the phone and you can't because it's disabled.
And Steve Johnson's saying in the live chat too, no, the only thing you can't say in the live chat is the N-word, and that's because of Nightbot. Other than that, you can say whatever the fuck you want in the live chat. Have a blast in the live chat. YouTube doesn't stop that, but top chat is a different story. That's a different story. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Shit happens. All right, so let's go on to the next.
Nobody is a first-time viewer and really enjoying the show.
Thank you, Nobody. Appreciate it. All right, if you are new, drop a sub over here. We hit 12K recently. Thank you so much for being part of that wonderfulness. We do live reactions to all of the UFC fights, every single fucking fight. We've been doing it forever, and now we're going into the big boys over here. The Contender Series, not the second fight, I was going to say a co-main event. The second fight over here, look at these fucking gigundos, these porpoises over here. We got Josh Appelt, and we have Geoff Hughes. They look like they could be brothers, for God's sakes. Look at ZJB1. What up? ZJB1
is?
Wonderful. All right, so here we go. Let's look at, man, look at this guy's trying so hard to suck in. All right, Geoff Hughes. Let's check out Geoff Hughes over here. I wouldn't fuck with this guy.
Drop the ones in the chat if you suck in when you get your pictures taken.
Yeah, let me know if you do that. Biography over here. Jesse, what do we got going on here for Geoff Hughes? Maybe we got a little bit of a backstory on UFC.com. He's 30 years young, and there's a little bit of a biography over here. So, JBH, it's time to find out who is Geoff Hughes.
Geoff Hughes works a full-time job, so he gets all of his kickboxing, grappling, and MMA and conditioning done at nighttime. Thoughts on his opponents? He thinks his opponent is a tough guy with a lot of experience. Says nothing about being better than his opponent, though, which is interesting.
It's a cop-out. Should be like, he sucks.
Geoff Hughes started training for fighting in 2006, right before he graduated high school. He always wanted to be a fighter. He has held an LFA heavyweight championship. Mark Hunt is Geoff Hughes' hero. He says, "It's been my dream since I was 17 years old. It would be the greatest goal I've ever achieved." And his job before he started fighting, he was a truck driver.
A surprise, shocker, right? That he's a truck driver? Real shocker looking at this man's face. I would say accountant, Abercrombie and Fitch model, like the guy that stands outside with the shirtless. All right, who's his opponent over here? And it looks like another truck driver. We have, where do they find these guys? Josh Appelt, who's 15-6-0. This man is 35 years young. Before Jesse gets into that, Dana White actually posted, and I'd never seen this before, the Contender Series and odds over here for the Contender Series. So apparently they're, let's see what we got.
220,
minus 270 for Geoff Hughes. So the Appelt looks like he is the underdog. So place your bets. All right, so what do we got with this guy over here?
All right.
Josh Appelt.
Josh Appelt. Josh Appelt, a.k.a. the Juggernaut, is what they like to call him. A typical day of training for Josh Appelt is 8 hours of work at his regular job as a public works road lead man, coaching his son's baseball or football team, whichever one is going on, and 2 hours of strength and conditioning and 2 hours of working technique in boxing, jiu-jitsu, and wrestling. Thoughts on his opponent, Geoff Hughes? He believes Geoff is an all-around good opponent and a tough and durable guy. He started training for fighting back in 2009 because he was 325 pounds.
What?
He got a call from his buddy, and his buddy said that they need someone to come wrestle with the local heavyweight champ, and he went in there and wrestled and sparred with him and fell in love with the sport. It totally changed his life, he says. He has held the West Coast Fighting Heavyweight Champion, 3-time Gladiator Challenge Heavyweight Champion, and his hero is Randy Couture.
We got two badasses over here. Big boys going down the second fight of the Contender Series, and we are holding on strong because we want to see notorious Nick Newell catch that UFC contract, but we have to get through these fights first. We have Geoff Hughes versus Josh Appelt.
a pelt.
That's right. So here we go. Check out Tiger Life Energy. Link in the description. The greatest energy drink of all time. It is quite wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to go take a piss. And
All right.
JBH, the chat room is yours. We have 82 people watching. Chat room, let Jessie know, how excited are you about Nick Newell making his, not UFC debut, but his Dana White debut?
His Dana White debut.
Lobster White. Dana Lobster White.
Dana Lobster White. All right, guys. You're all mine now. When is Newell starting? Newell is the main event, Mr. Rope 97. So right now we are on Jeff Hughes versus Josh Appelt. And then we have 2 more fights after this. Davis versus Yusuf. And then after him, or after those 2, we have Jim Crute and CRIS Berchier. And then Nick Newell versus Alex Munoz will be the last fight. 3 more fights. 3 more fights after this one. Chris unfocused. Chris P's more than a 90-year-old woman. Well, hey, listen, Drunk Savage. Basically, what happens is we have water here because we're talking so much. So we're downing water more than usual. So we have to get up and piss a lot. All right, Josh Appelt walking out. 3-fight win streak finish. 13 of 15 wins, 11 knockouts, and 9 first-round finishes. This guy looks like a tank. A blubbery tank. I hope Nick wins. He really deserves a contract. I think he will win. I agree, Michael Anzalone. You know what? Like I said, Nick is a friend of the show, and it's like Chris said earlier. He is a friend of the MMA-Holes. So when it comes to, and even Justin Sumter, when it comes to anyone who has been on the MMA-Holes, anyone who's a friend of the show, we always root for them. We always want them to win. No matter how cringy their interviews can get or whatever it is, or whether we piss them off or not, we do root for them a lot. So it would be really nice to see Nick get a contract. Hi, Jessie. It's me. It's Michelle. It's Michelle. Michelle, I gotta say, you are probably one of the most fun people I've ever met. Michelle is Daniel Murphy, right? Michelle took Daniel Murphy's account.
What?
Yeah, she's in the chat right now.
Michelle?
She's awesome. Michelle, I was telling him the other day, I would literally just ditch everybody and go hang out with you. You seem like a pretty fun person.
Michelle's
like a partier.
good peeps. Good peeps. Yeah. Hopefully we get to see you guys. Well, actually, CES is next Friday. Anyone over
She took over
the Twin River Casino, come say hello next week. Next Friday, CES 51 is going down, and we want to see you guys over there. We're going to be covering that event. We will be wonderful on press row. So hopefully we get to see you guys at CES 51. Now, The fight's about to get started over here with these 2 big boys.
Big boys.
If you are new to this show, I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm asking you to drop a 1 in the chat right now. So if you're new to the show, put a 1 because it's your first time watching the MMA-Holes. And if you like it by the end of your experience, make sure you drop a sub over there. As we're about to watch this big fight. Jessie, go ahead.
Jeff Hughes is 6'2", 5'10" is Josh Appelt. Jeff Hughes is 253.5 pounds. 252.5 is Josh Appelt. Jeff Hughes is 77 inches, followed by Josh Appelt at a 70-inch reach. Hughes is 30. Appelt is 35.
All right, let's go. Who's going to win this one? Who's going to win? When it comes to the big boys, it could be anyone's game. And we're going to find out right now who's got this one. These are big motherfuckers.
Look at them.
This could be a sloppy mess. Well, I smelled the cheese from here. All right, here we go. First round has begun. Hughes versus Appelt. Like learning about these guys over here. Appelt is the older of the 2. What is he? 30-some-odd years old. 35 years old. Oh, no. Yeah, 35 years old. God, this light is so fucking bright. MMA-Holes veteran Isaiah Moore, 100. King Colby says Jeff Hughes. Trying his best to suck in that fat gut. We got Dig Vijay Singh. What's up, Dig Vijay Singh?
Dig Vijay Singh.
All right. Oh, takedown attempt over here. And Hughes is trying to stay on his feet as Appelt is trying to go for the takedown. Hughes wins the battle, pushes him against the cage, and now Hughes is in control. Both of these guys look very similar, right? They look like they could be, it's like brothers fighting over like a toy, right? These are these 2 grown. Oh, the elbow tries to come in by Appelt.
This would be a perfect time for your sound effects. The
right by Hughes lands on Appelt. A left lands. Hughes with some nice striking over here. It's the first round, the second fight of the card. Jeff Hughes is 9-1 versus a 15-6-0 a pelt. 9-1. Man, I have a good feeling about Hughes in this fight. I really do. Leg kicks by Hughes. Hughes got that old school tribal. Comes in and there's a nut shot. Imagine getting a nut shot from a man that's almost fucking 300 pounds. That's got to suck.
I gotta say, I do like the heavyweight bouts, though, because they're heavy hitters. It makes the fight a little bit more interesting.
You know, I used to have this argument with the pigeon that was on the MMA-Holes in the beginning of the show, but he doesn't really come on as much anymore. The pigeon was big with the heavyweights. I like heavyweights, not my favorite weight class, though. As much as I'm a big fan of some of the guys up there. My favorite weight class. I tell you what, I really like welterweight as a weight class. I feel like we have the perfect balance at welterweight. I like middleweight as well. I'm a big fan of those weight classes. When you get a little lower, a little less with the finishes. Is it because of the fighters?
So that's the reason you like the weight classes?
No, it's not the fighters. It just, for some reason, I gravitate towards those weight classes.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a McGregor fan, and there are guys I go for, and look, DC, I'm a big fan of. The Black Beast, I'm a big fan of. But for some reason,
and well, they're both heavyweight.
Let me know in the chat, what is your favorite weight class? What is your favorite one? If someone had, you know what? I'm gonna go middleweight. I'm gonna say middleweight would be my top weight class, not with who's on the roster. I just feel you get the best balance over there. I really do. 55 and 70 are the most skilled and least manlets, says Steve Johnston. You think these guys could make featherweight, though, says Post Resurrected? Probably not. A nice takedown over there by Hughes. Hughes, this is just like a big blob of white flesh. It looks like with two bald men that are pushing 300 pounds. Back up to the feet. Good job. Appel gets right back up. All right.
As many jokes as we make, though, you gotta they still have to go through training and whatnot. I mean, it's easy to make a joke, but look at their weight class. They still go through rigorous training in order to be able to fight like this.
We got some comments coming in over here. 55 best is Isaiah. Vlad likes the 205. Drunk Savage 155, 170. Artem weight. Flat Earth likes 55. Heavyweights is Richie. 55 is the best. Middleweight normally have great balance, is Sean Hart. 205 women's. 135 says the mailman. So there we go. These guys could make bantamweight after the Holocaust diet. Maybe. Nice knee to the body coming in by Hughes. Sets up that knee to the body, then going for the double leg. Appelt goes for the neck, and Hughes slips right out, dumps him to the floor. Appelt versus Hughes in the first round. This is the second fight of the Contender Series, and we're just buying time until notorious Nick Newell gets inside that cage. I want to know this, too, now. We have 83 watching. In the chat, let me know, is this your first time watching the Contender Series? Give me a yes or no. Uh-oh, lefts are landing by Hughes on the dome of Appelt. Appelt is fucked up. Appelt's head's bouncing against the cage as Hughes is dropping lefts. Left, 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 left. All landing on Appelt's head. Appelt's like, ouch. Hammer fist comes in. Appelt weathers the storm. Did Hughes blow his load? Oh, the uppercut by Hughes. Drops Appelt.
Wow.
Woo. Damn, son.
Perfect shot.
9-1 versus a 15-6-0, and we have a winner over here. Jeff Hughes, first round.
Right. You called it. Hughes.
Well, listen, I mean, he was the favorite in the fight, and it did seem like he was a little bit of a... I mean, there was a little bit of a difference in skill.
Broke his nose.
Hughes destroyed him. All right, Paintman, 1970 says, this is my first time watching the Contender Series. ZJB1. All right, cool. Vlad says no. Greg Oden is trolling. I'm not watching it, says Steve Johnson. Jose Ortiz says no. Paintman, 1970, we saw that. Middleweight says no, so nobody likes middleweight. No, 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 no. Only watching UMass, says Isaiah Moore.
Tyler Witz.
Fap.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
If you're just jumping in, Jeff Hughes gets to win the second fight of the Contender Series with the notorious Nick Newell. Notorious Nick Newell is the main event of the evening. We have 3 more fights on this card, and we've got 20 likes.
20 likes, 20 likes.
Bruce Buffer, fuck the 20.
I hope the dislikes die of leprosy.
Only one person dying of leprosy. There's 52 likes, and we missed number 40. So let's do it again. Sing.
20 likes, 20 likes.
Aw, you guys are gonna cry.
20 likes, 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes, 20 likes, 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. I hope the dislikes die of leprosy.
Thank you for the likes. If you're just jumping in, we are watching the Contender Series. Notorious Nick Newell, fighting out of FAA, friend of the MMA-Holes, is trying for that contract tonight, and we will be on the edge of our seats. There will be a interesting reaction. Let me just say that. If you haven't seen any of our fight reactions, this one's going to be very interesting because we have some investment here.
Yes.
Not only this week, but next week. Friend of the show, Justin DeFort Sumter, will be fighting as well. But
Yes.
Nick Newell at 14-1, man, he deserves this shot, and we're really going to be pulling for him here. So let's see how that goes down. There is another fight coming up, and it is Mike Davis versus Sodig Yusuf. Sodig Yusuf? So dig Yusuf. So dig Yusuf. So dick Yusufs. So dick you suck?
Wonderful.
I'm so proud of you for coming up with that and entertaining yourself.
So dick you suck. All right, so 6-1-0. So dick you suck is fighting. And Jessie, do you think So dick you suck has a chance against Mike Davis?
Maybe.
Nigeria versus United States. 6-1-0. 5-0. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat.
Duke Chronic says some guy on Vaughn is watching the Contender. Greg Odin Blaze says don't let this stream distract you from the fact that Pulse is Ross. Steve Johnson says DC is a tank at his size and is amazing that he's done what he's done at heavy and even light heavy complex Dianetics. Not a fan of his style, but it is amazing nonetheless. Pulse Resurrected says Kobe over Braun, followed by King Colby saying Fort Sumter is going down.
Who said that? Who said that?
King Colby.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, keep going.
All right. Penzi Angler 215 says, Sadiq, you suck. Pulse Resurrected says, sup, and H, followed by Complex Dianetics to Steve Johnston saying Anthony Pettis is 5'10". No Body says Dan Severn versus Tank Abbott,
Dan Severn.
spelt wrong,
Yeah.
versus Tank Abbott for the cheeseburger cigarette belt. Daniel Murphy says Dan Murphy is complaining he will miss the fights just because we will be on a cruise. Jesse, want to go? Absolutely. Michelle, absolutely. Michael Anzalone says to the MMA-Holes and JBH, this is more exciting than the last fight card.
It is. I tell you what, this is a good one. Now, listen, we're all here for one reason, right? And not because he has one arm. We're here for one reason, and his name is Nick Newell. That's why we're here. And it's kind of weird watching a card like this because we saw a kid in Hooper impressively dominating a fight, 18 years old. Will he get a contract? Side story. We see a big fight, big win by Geoff Hughes, dropping Josh Appelt, mutilating him, and getting that first round knockout. We have another fight. We can have knockouts the rest of the way. But I am literally on the edge of my seat. I cannot wait for this fight. I literally want to hit a fast forward button. As much as I would love to watch fights, I'm just waiting. I'm just sitting here and I'm just soaking it in. And all I care about is the Nick Newell fight. It's so fucking fun. Now, if you're new to this show, this is a fan show. All right. We like to have fun here. We're the fans. We speak from the heart, and you're going to see it at the main event over here with Nick Newell. Do you have any interest in these other fights right now? Like we have Davis versus.
I mean, I don't really know them that well, so it's easy to say no. But I do have interest just because if there is someone here that could make an excellent UFC fighter, of course I'd be interested in that.
It's always cool to see how it starts and then watch them grow into the UFC. It's good to see things start from the beginning. So the Contender Series is a fantastic show, but I'm so fucking excited about this main card. I'm so excited about Nick Newell getting a shot at the fucking gold. I mean, not the gold, a spot on the UFC roster. Yeah. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think. And, and here's the thing. This is the beauty of doing this show over here. We get to meet the coolest people out there. We get to meet these fighters. We get to know their stories, learn their stories. They wind up being some of the coolest people I've ever met. Really good people over here. And then you get even more invested. Think about why we love this this sport. Right? We get invested in the fighter stories, right? We're like, I like that fighter. I like that fighter. I'm going to root for this fighter because of this. And I'm going to root for that fighter because of that. And then when you get to know the fighter, and we bring these fighters on so you get to know the fighter, there's more of an investment. So I cannot wait for this main event. Now, if Nick Newell gets knocked out in the first round, will you cry?
Yes.
You will cry.
Yes.
Okay. Hit me with the ones if you want to see Jessie cry when Nick Newell gets knocked out, or if Nick Newell gets knocked out. And I think Nick's going to win. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. We took a poll on the community section of the MMA-Holes. Let's see. We had 100 votes last time. Let's see if you guys kicked in some more votes over here. That's right. If you live under a rock, Costa versus Yoel Romero. That is happening. And, man, that came out of left field. All right. So now we got 22% yes, 18% he will not win, and 60% of the MMA-Holes say yes, plus a contract. Get your votes in before Nick Newell gets into that cage. Make sure you know what you want, and you drop it there. And I don't know what I'm saying. All right, let's see. So Dick, you suck. All right, we're going to look at So Dick, you suck. Okay, so here's one of the guys that's fighting next. I'm going to scroll through on Tapology. Last fight was a win, and before that was a loss. Luis Gomez. Let's see. He fought for Brave CF, Titan FC, CFFC. All right. Let's go over. I don't know. Right off the bat, I'm like, I don't know. So Dick, you suck. I'm not sure. Not sure how I'm feeling about this. Look at his opponent over here, Mike Davis. He's got those big boxing gloves. He's 5-0-0. And we scroll down. And he's on a 3-fight win streak over here. KO, ref stoppage, knockout. Well, someone's going to get destroyed. And it's not this guy. Let's look at this over here. Oh, man. A plus 240 for So Dick You Suck. A minus 300 for Mike Davis. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there is going to be a massacre in this fight. There is going to be a massacre, and we're going to watch it right now. Rest in peace, So Dick You Suck. Enjoy your stay on the Contender Series. It's going to be a quick loss, and Mike Davis is going to get the win.
Wonderful.
Jessie, what do you think about this?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I'm sure. Why not? I don't even know these fighters that well, so why not put my money on Mike Davis?
All right. So Dick You Suck is running into the cage. Now people are like, So Dick You Suck. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. No. Isn't that how you say? How you pronounce his name?
Sadiq.
You suck.
Yusuf.
Wonderful.
Yes. Nightbot has timed out Flatter Deacon. So someone dropped in the N-word, apparently. All right, if you're new to this, prepare for the cringe because it's going to get bad. It's going to get cringy. We need one more like for the 20 like song. We got 100 people watching the MMA-Holes live. Let's reset the clock. And we're about to react to the next fight over here. And it's So Dick Yusuf, as we are joking around, of course, because we're a comedy act. Classic Chris Classic. So Dick You Snuff. So Dick You Stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. I was
So
thinking
Dick
the
You
same thing. I think it's pronounced Sadiq.
Oh, you know, it's probably So Dick You Stuff, right? So Dick You Stuff. You get it? So Dick You Stuff. So Dick You Stuff.
Yeah.
So if he came up to you in a bar and you're like, what's your name? I'm like, So Dick You Stuff.
Flatter Deacon, he's from Nigeria.
I said where he is from. What the fuck? Shut up. Just shut up right now. 63 likes, 20 likes.
20 likes, 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. 20 likes, 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. 20 likes, 20 likes.
Oh, I've got fucking 20 likes. This on paper doesn't look like it's going to end well, but maybe we'll see the upset. I'm going to root for So Dick You Suck. I'm going to root for him because he's a little lopsided. He is 6-1-0, but looking at where he fought, Mike Davis, unblemished. I don't know. Mike Davis is a heavy favorite over here. I'm going to root for So Dick You Suck, but I have a feeling this could be a death. What do you think in the chat? Davis seems promising. He does. It looks like the UFC's high on this. That's the only problem I have with the Contender Series is a lot of the fights seem like they are kind of set up in one direction. You know, I feel like some of the matchups are a little questionable on the Contender Series, But regardless, we get to see some good finishes, right? Oh, a backflip by Mike Davis. The guy just did an effortless backflip. Oh, my God. Poor Sadiq, you suck. He's in trouble, Jesse. He's in trouble. Stay tuned. We got 106 people watching. We're going to react to Nick Newell. Will notorious Nick Newell get a contract? Stay tuned for that. But now we are watching Mike Davis versus Sodiq Yusuff. 6 foot is Mike Davis, 144.5. 146 is Sodiq. 72.5 versus a 71-inch reach. 1.5 in favor of Davis. All right, get ready. We're going to start the clock. Make sure you sync it up with the MMA-Holes. And here we go. If you're looking for the fights, they are on Fight Pass. If you can't find the fights, we will talk you through it as best as possible. Right?
Yes.
All right. Engaging from the very beginning, red is Yusuff. Davis is in the cyan. Or the cayenne. No, I'm going to go cyan. Over the top, Yusuff with the right that misses over here. Davis resets, arms up, blocking some punches coming in from Yusuff. And Yusuff's got some bombs. Yusuff's coming in swinging. That head is open, though. Watching Yusuff swings, the chin is wide open. Yusuff going for the back. Davis shakes him off. Back to the middle of the cage, the Contender Series. We are 3 fights in. And so, oh, nice leg kick by Yusuff. I could be wrong about this kid, Jesse. I could be wrong. Maybe the underdog has what it takes in the fight. Nice left landing by Yusuff. Uppercut by Davis. Kick to the head, blocked by Yusuff. They're both standing there, timing each other. Beautiful leg kicks by Yusuff. Trying to take out that lead leg of Davis. Another leg kick, Yusuff. Oh, man, a switch kick by Davis. Faking, moving in is Davis. Davis does not move much. Oh, the kick right on the chin by Yusuff. Like this kid's kicks. Yusuff's got some fucking sweet kicks. Yusuff's got the tight pants showing off the package and now eats a leg kick himself. Davis moving in. Davis looks like he's hunting right now. Now he's starting to check those kicks wisely because those could be trouble if Yusuff keeps on landing them. We got an interesting fight here. This is a 145-pound fight. These guys look bigger, don't they, Jess?
They could just be short.
You think they're manlets?
Maybe.
We got another friend of the show. Check it out. Zach Miller, what's up? You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Welcome to the show, my friend. Welcome to the show. We'll be live again Wednesday. We're doing a lot of shows this week. Oh, a nice right lands by Davis. The knee to the body by Davis. Yusuff eats it. Another body shot by Davis, but Yusuff walks right through it. Yusuff with a leg kick, and Davis is finding his range. Hit him with a right. Nice kick to the thigh by Davis. Davis versus Yusuff. First round. 3 fights in. We got Vlad coming in.
And you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
You hear, Sodiq you suck. I hear, click, 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 click. Either way, where do you think Nick Newell goes if he loses? Bellator.
You think Nick Newell will go to Bellator? That's a good question over there. No, well, if Nick Newell loses, you know what? If Nick Newell loses, like say if he gets finished, and knock on wood, right? Say if that does happen, I think Nick Newell might hang it up. You know, his dream was to go to the UFC. So I think he might hang it up, and if he like loses devastatingly, you know, that's what I think. Now if he just loses by a decision, maybe. Hey, look at Yusuff. Yusuff doing some work right now. Both fighters. Oh, Davis gets dropped. Yusuff drops Davis. Wow. I just never look at the numbers, huh? Davis gets backed up to defeat, but Yusuff looking good in the first round. Good fight. I don't see Nick Newell in Bellator, and Bellator is probably foaming at the mouth, but I don't see that. I don't see that happening. Now Davis looking for the takedown. Trying to complete it as Yusuff is trying to get back up to the feet. Yusuff on a knee and back up. Davis looking for a takedown over here, going for a single. And Yusuff cranking the arm of Davis, spinning him around and putting Davis's ass to the cage. Yusuff looking for the neck, high up. Might choke out Davis. Davis slips out. Yusuff is strong. A nice right against the cage. Davis sticks his tongue out. It's like, I'm cool. Eats a right. Davis pushes it off. Man, Yusuf looks good. Nice leg kicks. Davis comes in with a left. It's a good fight here, Jess. Good stuff. Both fighters patiently staring at each other, looking at each other, hunting each other. Leg kick by Davis. 25 seconds left, first round. I think that if Newell loses, he will call it quits, says nobody. I agree with you. Either way, right? Is that what you're saying? Either way? I think this is it. This is what he wanted. He's 14-1. He's, what, 30 years old? This is the chance that he wants. He wants to be in the UFC. He's confident that he will win. If he doesn't win this fight, yeah, it could be. Nick Newell does a great job at FAA in Connecticut. You know, he's got a gym. Round is over. Good first round. This is the fight we're watching right now. Basically buying time until Nick Newell gets into the cage. So hang in there. We're about to talk you guys through that. And we are your hosts of the evening, the MMA-Holes, Mystic Moss, Chris, and JBH. We're both wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
What do you think? Do you think, Nick, what do you think he does?
What do you mean?
Well, we're talking pessimistically here. Like, what would he do if he lost?
We're actually talking pessimistically?
We've been talking pessimistically pretty much the second half of this fight. So you're just gonna say he's gonna win and that's it?
Yeah, why not? You gotta have faith.
Well, if he does, hypothetically speaking, Nick Newell gets knocked out or loses by a decision, what would happen? What would be next for Nick Newell?
I think he's just gonna go back to fighting at his gym and until he gets another opportunity.
So you think he would keep going?
Up. Why would he give up?
Oh, Vic is in the audience over here. James Vic in the audience. Dana White likes that first round. Dana White gave the first round a standing ovation. That was a really good first round. Look at that. Dana White wants to sign someone over here. It was a good round. And Yusuf is surprising everyone here. The underdog looks great. He's dancing. He's in the corner fucking dancing. Yusuf dancing in the second round. We're about to start the clock, and here it is. Gay Agent Hey. Bellator says Jared Smallbone. I wonder why Fedor never signed a contract with the UFC when he was in his prime. Steroids?
Thank you, Sean Hart. I appreciate it.
Davis with the right, and then knee to the body. Now Yusuf stuffs through it. Both fighters swinging for the fences. We got a scrap. Second round. What a fight. Yusuf cracks him. Yusuf is slick, man. Suck your dick is doing some work here. Jessie sipping on some Tiger Life.
Nope, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
You chugged that Tiger Life down?
Mm-hmm.
It's that damn good, huh?
Yep. Not really talking.
No?
No.
Why not?
Well, you tell me. I don't know. No more Tiger Life?
No?
No.
You want to get the IV?
Yes.
Davis versus Yusuf. We got the second round. Both guys are feeling each other out. Fireworks to start the second round. Leg kicks. Again, Yusuf with the leg kick. Interesting stuff. Fedor was on steroids, says Michael Ansel. Well, I mean, you know, there was accusations. We'll say that. What energy drink does Tiger Life resemble in flavor, says Vlad?
None other than Tiger Life.
It really doesn't. If you had to add, like, it's not like a soda. It is carbonated. Yeah, it's not really like Red Bull, right? I mean, it has the same. You would have a similar result, but Red Bull gives you a little bit of jitters. You know, I don't know if you get that, but when I drink Red Bull, I get jitters.
Bitter. Monster is bitter. Tiger Life actually has a like juicy flavor to it.
It's funny with Red Bull. It just tastes like you're chugging sugar, you know, and especially Monster Energy drink. It tastes the same. There goes those sponsors. But we're just being truthful here. Out of the three, and all joking aside, it is the best of the three. We got Davis Yusuf, and check out the link in the description if you want to try it for yourself. Remember, when you do try it, tag the MMA-Holes. It's at the MMA-Holes on social media and the MMA-Holes.com. Thanks for the new subs, guys. Appreciate the new peeps coming in. Over here, we'll be back live again tomorrow. And speaking of Tiger Life, we'll have Frank from Tiger Life on tomorrow night. So you can have some fun with him. Davis and Yusuf with 2 minutes and 10. And, man, Yusuf landing again. Here comes Davis walking forward, landing a couple of his own. Who do you think's got this? I mean, first round, I give it to Yusuf, but Davis is moving forward here. We've got a close fight in a second. Oh, Davis catches Yusuf on the way in, but it looks like the power of both guys is not doing any damage. Both fighters walking through the punches. You're right. We're losing you.
No, I'm good. I'm. I mean.
But, well, what do you see over here? What's going on? Anything sticking out?
No, you got it. I think you're doing a pretty good job.
Hey guys, what do you think of Nick Newell fighting in the UFC? This is John Schneider. That's why we're here. Nick's been on the show multiple times. He's been on like 4 or 5 times now. And I think he deserves it. In fact, I feel that Justin Gaethje is going to lose his next fight. And then Nick Newell versus Gaethje, the rematch will happen in the UFC. What do you think about Nick with the UFC?
What do you mean? What do I think about him going into the UFC?
Well,
I'm not listening.
You've totally checked out. Don't do this. Don't do this. Nick Newell's going into the UFC. Wake up. All right. Wake the fuck up. We have a 1-armed man. We are this close to having a 1.5-armed man go into the UFC. You need to wake the fuck up. You need to wake the fuck up right now. All right. So what do you think about Nick Newell going into the UFC?
I think it's fantastic.
Chris and Jessie, can you buy Tiger Life in stores? Says NH. Yes, you can actually,
And
but
on the East Coast.
it is on the East Coast right now. Here's the deal. If you want to try Tiger Life, there's a link in the description. You can buy a case of it, and you can go straight through the website. All right? Link in the description, tigerlifeenergy.com. I'm telling you, I want you guys to try this stuff out. I really want you guys to try this stuff out. In the future, we'll go to an event. If you go to Triton Fights, if you go to one of those events, we can get you some Tiger Life over there. But on the East Coast, it's right now, and Frank is looking to get that nationwide. Maybe overseas, maybe everywhere. All right, the second round is done. We had fireworks in the first round, some flashes in the second round, and we are going into a third round of this fight over here. I thought it was going to be dominant by Mike Davis, but no, Yusuf he's showing up tonight. My man wants a contract going into the third round. Jesse, you think any of these guys get a contract?
No.
Wake up, Jesse, and smell the
Actually,
coffee.
take that back. The heavyweight guy, Hughes. He gets a contract.
So you're thinking this man over here. Hold on a second. Geoff Hughes. Geoff Hughes wins by knockout first round. I'm curious to see what happens. Like, if we get duds the rest of the way, I'm curious to see what happens with Chase Hooper. If you missed it, Chase Hooper wins a decision.
He's not getting a contract.
18 years old. Imagine this kid,
He's
18.
not getting a contract.
If I'm not mistaken, Sage Northcutt got one at 18.
He didn't. That wasn't even a good fight. Like, it was a good fight in the sense that Hooper just kept the Hawaiian on the ground.
Hooper beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, but
he didn't just hold him down.
He's not getting a contract.
He beat the fuck out of him.
He's not going to get a contract. How many spaces does Dana White need to fill this year?
There is no number.
I think he has a number.
Well, maybe there is, but we don't know the number.
You got to think. He's already given contracts to
There's only 2 more shows
people.
left.
Exactly. He's given contracts to a lot of people over the last few shows. So I
let
don't
me ask you a
think he's
question.
just going to pull Hooper.
Would he be worried, okay, with Hooper? Now, Hooper didn't get the finish. He is young. But would he not give Hooper a chance at something as a prospect or something? I mean, think about it.
What weight class is Hooper and the Hawaiian?
It's right over here, Jess. You're a host. You should know this.
Yeah, no, I don't.
$145ers.
Okay, maybe. Maybe. If they need to fill the $145 weight class. If they need new people. I could see it. But I don't know.
All right, let's see what the chat
He's
says.
not going to pull someone.
This is where you show you want to win. It's curious because we've seen fights, and most of the time it's got to be a finish, right? But then you have those peculiar ones that there's a dominating decision, and then Dana White's like, yeah, we want this one to go through. And what sticks out for me is Hooper is 18 years old. The only reason why I don't think that Hooper's going to get a shot is because he couldn't pull the trigger. He couldn't finish the fight, and he had his opportunities. So I think that might hamper Hooper. But
Wonderful.
I don't know.
Sean Hart, Hooper was good, but he just kept the Hawaiian on the ground the whole time. Like, I mean, yeah, it was entertaining with that.
You were bored by that fight?
I don't think it's contract worthy.
Okay.
I'm not saying it was boring. It was not a boring fight. It was to an extent, entertaining. It was not contract worthy.
You're very serious tonight. You're in the zone. I think tonight I think you mean business tonight.
Can you stop?
Let me know if you think Jessie means business tonight. Hit me with the ones. She's focused, right? She's very focused, very serious, right? This is a new size. This is like business Jessie. You should have showed up in a suit.
Stop.
You should have showed up in a suit tonight, right? What do you think? You would like to see Jessie in a suit?
A suit?
Yeah, like a woman's like a Hillary Clinton suit.
Nobody wears pantsuits.
Yeah, Hillary
unless
does.
They're lesbian.
Yeah, well, Hillary does. She's
a lesbian because look at her husband.
All
Why
right.
wouldn't you be lesbian?
All business today. All right, we're in the third round of Davis versus Yusuf, and no one gets a contract in this fight. I think we could all agree on that one. The first round was fire. Second round kind of slowed down a little bit, and now the third one stalled. The third round completely stalled. Mike Davis versus Sodiq, you suck. Yeah. When you pick on JBH, it's a little uncomfortable, says
Is
Infrared
it not?
Dreamer.
Thank you, Infrared Dreamer. Maybe it's just a little uncomfortable for everybody.
Well, when Infrared Dreamer simps,
Dreamer?
when Dreamer simps,
What's wrong
that's a
with
little
having
uncomfortable.
What's wrong with having a simp?
Well, it's it's a little uncomfortable when there's a guy named Infrared Dreamer. He's like,
Look
I'm
at
dreaming.
all of the names in that chat and
I'm
tell me
dreaming
Infrared
right
Dreamer
now.
is the worst you've seen.
Stop picking on her. It's the fucking MMA-Holes.
Infrared, he's
Grow
only
a pair
going
of
after
sack.
he's only going after you because you
Drunk
actually
Savage.
defended me.
Drunk
Like
Savage.
God forbid if
Hold on a
someone
second.
defends me.
Oh, here I am. I'm a white knight. Drunk Savage says, I'm fine with it. It's the MMA-Holes. This is not pussy time. It's like, oh, Jessie, darling,
Whatever.
are you fine?
No.
Please smile. Please. Shut up. Everyone just shut the fuck up.
It's like poking a bear over here. It's like
Right.
poking a bear.
Or a Mexican.
And a Mexican.
All right.
Wonderful.
Davis versus Yusuf, $1:25 left, and we are wasting time pretty much just getting to the mega super Nick Newell main event over here. Will he get a contract? We're going to find out after this one gets done with because, Jesus Christ, it's still going. Yeah. What's up, $1.17? Welcome to the MMA-Holes. Give a kiss and end it, says Renato. Can you not talk about the fight, actually, says Sean Bell. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm trying to talk about the fight, but I get in trouble when I talk too much about the fight. Right?
From who?
And then
who's getting you in trouble for talking about the fight?
I just get in a little trouble.
From who?
You know, sometimes.
From who?
And-
Please enlighten me.
All right, stop it.
Who?
Stop it. I'm going to put you in timeout. I'm going to put you in that
No,
chair
yeah,
over there.
all I'm saying
and
is
put
you're
you
not in
timeout.
trouble for talking about the fight.
Jessie should wear 1970s pantsuits from here on out.
Wonderful.
Wait, hold on a second. I didn't sign up for this.
For what?
Why are you laughing?
Oh, sorry.
You started off all not
Don't
laughing.
talk to me. I don't want to talk.
There we go. All right. We're back. All right. Chris loves twisting knives, but Jessie, you do seem same like when Chris lose point game. Wait.
Chris loves twisting.
You do
knives.
the same like when Chris loses the point game. Yeah. Well, listen.
Well, okay,
Well,
Sean Hart. In fairness,
all right, we're not
a point
arguing.
game is once a week.
Okay, but we're not arguing. What we're
Well,
saying
we're
here is
not, but
all right, shush.
Trust me, you'll know when we're arguing.
Yeah, we're poking fun. We're being sarcastic over here. It's not a lover's quarrel. Okay.
It's a lover's quarrel.
But you know, sometimes it looks like that. All right, $1:14. Get ready because this fight is over, and I'm pretty confident that there will not be a contract over here. All right. There's clapping in the crowd. Fight's over. Thank God. And we're gonna move on. We're gonna find out the decision. No one's getting a contract, and we're gonna move on. It's a shame because the first round was really good. But no. Infrared is Chris's bully. Thank you.
Thank you, Infrared.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Now I like Infrared. See, now Infrared, you're growing on me. I kind of like him. Or her. I appreciate that. Now, if you call me a bully, it's a compliment. We had topics I've just got here, says Cece. No topics tonight. We're reacting to the Contender series because we want to see Nick Newell get that contract tonight.
Well, there was one like semi-topic, which was Woodley and.
Okay. Darren Till, Tyron Woodley. Looks like it's going to happen. Who's going to win in this one? I'm going to just go irrationally and just go for it
Till.
and say Tyron.
Till.
Tyquill Woodley. Jamar, what's up? Jamar, welcome. Till, I'm going Woodley. Let me know in the chat what you guys have as we find out who won this fight. We will also be live tomorrow night for a 2-hour spectacular, the Wednesday show. We're alive a lot, so be like this person and be a smart, swole, sexy MMA hole. All right, here we go. Let's find out who won this fight. All right, here we go. And then we're going to look at the chat. Unanimous decision. Looks like Yusuf got the win. All right, congratulations. I thought it was going to be a little lopsided over here, but Sadiq Yusuf gets the win. A unanimous decision. Moving on to the next fight. But Jesse, who are they saying in the chat?
Quarrels are, says Jared Smallbone, followed by Sean Hart saying sarcasm is wonderful, wonderful. It's part of the MMA-Holes dynamics. Brendan Flores dropping the 1. Allah says, what's the age difference between you two? Drunk Savage says Woodley. ZJB1 says Till. Isaiah Moore says age difference 6 inches. Brendan Flores, boss ass bitch LOL, followed by Mid saying Till. More rangy and better gas tanks. Steven Stern says Woodley. Gary Banjo Sandwich. Worthington says Mexicans matter. Drunk Savage says Till hasn't been tested against a... I missed your comment. Vlad says click, click for the win. Drunk Savage says Till is the white Ngannou.
Well, by the way, before Yusuf is limping out of the cage, looks to be hurt, gets a unanimous decision, is hobbling over, going to wait to see if Yusuf looks over at Dana White. And so far, not one of the contenders looks over at the cage at Dana White. Not one of them. Did they remove Dana White from this? I don't know. Yusuf is limping pretty bad, not looking to get a contract over here. But no one is lobbying for that spot.
Should they? I mean, the fights are kind of crappy tonight.
I say yes. I say yes, they should. If I was given a spot, right, whether I won by a shitty fight or won by explosive fight, right, if I was dominant in the fight, either way, I would look at Dana White. I look him right in the eye. I'm listening, you bald fuck. You pale, lobster fucking faced bald fuck. Give me a contract. Give me a fucking contract. I know that was a decision, and I barely won that fight, and I look like shit, but you motherfucker, give me the contract. And then I would jump over the cage, right? And I would stick my fucking hand into his neck and rip his tongue out of his neck, right? And then I'd start chewing on his fucking tongue. I bite his fucking tongue. Your tongue. And I'd take the tongue out and be like, see that? That's your tongue. And I took it out of your fucking neck. Now, tongue, you tell Dana White, you go back into your throat and you told the boss over there that I want a fucking contract. And I'd shove the fucking tongue into his throat. And his tongue goes out of his mouth. It's like, okay.
You have a lot of problems.
No. Let me know if you would do that in the chat. Jesse, what would you do?
I don't know.
All right, what would the chat do?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Joey Baggeter says, a division for animals as well. Sean Bell says, watching from Scotland, wish it was on TV. DT Abyss says, that's the spirit, followed by Cayman Ryder saying Tyron can take Till down and has the strength to hold him down. Steve Johnson says he had a colonic due to cut even more weight out, which a lot of them do. King Colby says, hey, Chris, you are Irish too. You can't call anyone a lobster face. Steve Johnson says, that's when a tube goes in your ass and washes the colon crusts out. Sean Hart says, stump merchandise and MMA holes like Log from Ren and Stimpy. Gay Agent says, I liked...
Wait. He's log, he's big, he's heavy, it's wood. It's log, it's better than bad, it's good. Everyone loves a log. You'll get along with log. Come play along with log. With log. Now, I know I got the song sort of right, but do you know that song?
No, but I think it was fantastic.
That song over there was shout out to whoever dropped the log. All right, what else we got?
Michael Anzalone says, biting the tongue out, what are you, that guy from Midnight Express?
Yes.
Stelio2 says, shove the tongue up his ass. Lame as fuck says Andre Cat. Nobody says Dana White and Joe Rogan are morphing into one person. And H says, I would beg for a fight contract. Renato Jorge says, that is a Colombian necktie. They cut neck and put tongue out. And H says, I love gingers. Pablo Lorenzo says, Yusuf win? Yes. Steve Johnson says Ren and Stimpy. ZJB1 says you got to say Woodley will win or it's racist. DT Abyss. True. Log. Followed by Grey Golden Blaze says, yes, Pablo. Drunk Savage says I got a log for Christmas. Steve Madden says, yo, Chris, show me them thick cheeks.
All right. Thank you guys in the chat for your comments. Make sure you drop them in over there. The Cringe Chat. The MMA-Holes, the greatest MMA community in the world. Check out the MMAHoles.com over here, the MMAHoles.com. We have a message board. We are live over here as well. So if you have some beautiful viewer art, this is the place to do it on the MMAHoles.com. Drop a jammy over here. Let's see what we got here. And look at this, the MMA Holes. Tyron Woodley. What is this, Jesse? Oh, my God.
Blasts Colby Covington and Darren Till in the UFC welterweight circus.
Why are you whispering it?
Bum, bum, bum.
Are you whispering it so Tyron doesn't hear you and get
I'm
offended?
whispering to all the MMA holes in the chat.
Now, why are you getting seductive?
I'm seducing all the MMA holes in the chat.
Is this Filthy Georgia?
Who's Filthy Georgia?
Only the OGs know in The Simps.
Only the OGs.
Would you like to say something sexy right now?
What would you like me to say?
Say BBC versus Fish and Chips.
BBC versus Fish and Chips.
Now say Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho.
Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho.
Now say, I want to suck on Nick Newell's nub.
I want to vomit.
The cumin.
All right, anyway.
Wonderful.
Nick Newell will be fighting tonight. That's right, Nick Newell, friend of the MMA-Holes, will be fighting Alex Munoz for that UFC contract. But we have one more fight left on the Contender Series before we can see that. So let's go. Jim Crute, or Crute, or Crute. I think it's Crute, right? Or Cute. Maybe the R is silent. Maybe it's Jim Cute. Chris Berchier, 7-3-0 versus 7-0-0. And let's see what we got in the statisticals over here. Well, not statisticals because it's really nothing. But 7-0. He is from Australia. Looks like a tough motherfucker. He's fighting. His opponent is
Berchier.
Chris Berchier. It looks like he's French, even though he's from Jersey.
Wonderful.
All right, he's one of those French Jersey guys.
Jersey.
Anyway, all right, what do we have about this guy? Let's look at a little
About
biography.
which one?
Chris Birchler.
Birchler. It says Berchier in the... Interesting. Oh, Birchler.
Yeah, Birchler.
Okay, Birchler trains depending on the day, whether it's striking, grappling, or conditioning. He will always be doing a ton of foam rolling and mobility work.
Oh, it's you're reading it like the dating game. It's like and you're like, Chris Birchler is he likes long walks on the beach. And yes, go ahead, read it like that. Ready?
Okay. Not with the music though. His thoughts on his opponent, Jim Crute. He is a tough guy and he respects his skills. When and why he started training for fighting? He started training when he was wrestling in high school at 16 years old. He saw Randy Couture fighting Tito Ortiz, and he knew he wanted to fight. He has held the Cage Fury fighting champion, and his heroes are God and his parents. Chris Birchler, everyone.
That's right, Chris Birchler, your bachelor for the evening. Will he get the date, or will the other one across the way on the Contender Series get that? We have Jim Crute. That's right. Jessie, take it away.
Jim Crute trains 2 times a day with an active recovery as well. His thoughts on his opponent, Chris Birchler. He thinks he's a strong opponent, and he has a very gritty style. When and why did he start training for fighting? He started training most of his life, but he discovered MMA at age 12. He has held a 3-time heavy lightweight champion of Australia, and his heroes, he says he has too many to write down. He's been a pro since 2016, 2 wins by KO, 2 by submission, armbar, arm triangle, and 4 first-round finishes. Jim Crute, right. Everybody.
Yes, Jim Crute. Who gets the lady? And the lady is Dana White. Who gets the lady? Dana White. Let's look at the odds over here on this one. A -500 is Jim Crute, and a +375 is Chris Birchler. All right, Jessie. Oh, my God. We are so erect right now as we're about to watch these 2 men throw down for the 205-pound weight class. Jessie, what do you think about the fight?
Well, you know what, Chris? I think Chris Birchler might have this one in the bag, but we cannot sleep on Jim Crute.
All right.
Wonderful.
All right, we're done. We're done. Tiger Life has kicked in. We're gone full autism as we are at the co-main event for the Contender Series. That's right. Okay. All right.
AIDS.
All right. We just want this fight to end. I hope there's a knockout real quick. Chris Birchler is walking into the cage.
Born in Livingston, New Jersey.
Jersey in the house.
Jersey.
All right.
At Chris Birchler. Follow him on Twitter.
That's right. I'm going to do that right now after I slice my nose off.
Hoy vey.
The pacing for the Contender Series seems to have slowed way down, Steve Sparks. The reason for it is we're top heavy. right? Nick Newell, everyone knows. That's like me. I'm top heavy.
I envisioned you doing some like weird like. Never mind. Just when you said that, it was funny.
Yeah, it does. It is funny. So it's very funny. But that's what the problem with this card over here is. We are all waiting. No one gives a fuck, right? We're just waiting for the one-arm guy, right? That's what everyone's here for. There's 110 people watching the MMA Holes like, we want Nick Newell. We want to see if he gets the contract. So no one cares. No one cares about these fights over here. But we saw some interesting things, not in this fight. This fight over here, you got the uppercut. You got Geoff Hughes mutilating Josh Peltz. Is it enough? We'll find out. We have an 18-year-old that dominated 2 and 3, but is it enough to get that Contender Series contract? And then we have this fight over here. We're just buying time. So that's why the MMA Holes is a beautiful thing. That's why it's a beautiful channel over here, the MMA Holes. That's why you subscribe to this channel over here, the MMA Holes, because we are your fight buddies. And yeah, this guy looks very focused. Jim Crute. He is fucking focused. Very serious walking into the cage.
Did you see how he pushed the doors open? He like slammed them open.
He pushed them so hard that they opened.
Wonderful.
You know what's kind of cool? You know what's kind of cool? Having Justin on, and our friend Justin Fort Sumter will be fighting next Tuesday, and we'll be reacting to that as well. If you missed the interview after this, go run it back. And if you missed any of our Nick Newell interviews, it's on the MMA Superstars. We have a playlist of that. You can see Nick Newell on the MMA Holes, and that's cringy, but fun. But Justin Sumter, we asked him the question, when the fighters walk into the cage, how weird is it, without the music? Is that going to be a distracting thing? Fighters going in there and no music playing. Their theme songs are not playing as they walk in. And when it comes to these two, they look focused. Co-main event over here looks very focused. Jim Crute versus Chris Birchler. Any predictions here?
I'm going to go with Chris Birchler on this one.
All right. Wow, you're going for the underdog over here. Jessie liking the underdog for 2 in a row. Chris Birchler, who you got in the chat, 22 years old, Jim Crute. Chris Birchler is 31. Now, this looks like another setup to me.
For what?
This looks like a setup for Jim Crute. Like a major lopsided setup. Both fighters touch gloves. Crute comes in with a nasty leg kick, and right off the bat, you see a mark on the... Yeah, Birchler's in trouble. This looks like a setup fight for me. Now, Birchler's moving forward. Eats a jab by Crute. Crute coming in with a couple of shots. Birchler waves them off. Here comes a slopping spinning kick to the body. Crute with a barrage of shots. He just shit all over the cage. Followed by a leg kick. Birchler looks a lot slower. Crute is throwing bombs, but can he keep up a pace like this? Looking for a finish in the first round. Notice that there's already a red mark under his right eye. He's clubbing shots. Ooh, a left lands by Crute. Crute versus Birchler, the co-main event. Stay tuned for Nick Newell. Nice kick to the head by Crute. Nick Newell is the main event of the evening. Now we saw, nice right by Birchler. Birchler feels it, goes like this, and returns the favor. We saw it in the fight before this, right? The favorite looked very good. Actually, he didn't look good in the first round. I'm wrong. Forget it. Forget everything I just said. Forget it all. Everyone needs to have a gay agent in their life, says Stalio. It's true. Crouton doing his thing, says CC. I chew condoms like bubblegum, says gay agent. 3 minutes and 40. First round, Crute versus Birchler. We're buying time until the notorious one, right? Not Conor McGregor, but notorious Nick Newell will be fighting for a UFC contract. 14-1-0. His only loss is to Justin Gaethje. Let me know in the chat how many people have watched Nick Newell's fights live, have seen any of Nick Newell's fights. A lot of people are like, yeah, I know Nick Newell, and they just went back. I actually watched this dude when he was fucking competing, and this dude was nasty good. His ground game is legit. He's got 2 finishes by knockout, but I think there's 8 more by submission, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But let me know at the ones in the chat if you've seen him fight live. And if you haven't, well, tonight will be the night you get to see it. Any specific predictions on the Newell versus Munoz fights is John Schneider. I do see Newell, and I do see by finish. I see by a choke. It just seems like that's his thing. That's Nick's thing. That's his bread and butter. He's going to go to that well. He's going to get his back. He's going to take the back, and Alex Munoz is going to get choked out. That's what I'm seeing. But I'm biased because we know Nick. Who agrees the UFC is becoming a complete joke, says Frank Bites. Yes and no, Frank. And tune in tomorrow to the Wednesday show. We're going to talk more about that, UFC being a joke, because the Daniel Cormier circus with Brock Lesnar, I get the argument. The weird, bizarre super fights that make no sense, I get the argument. But there are some flashing signs that were good this year. So we can dabble into that tomorrow night on the Wednesday show. Hide the Twink. Second time seeing Nick's Almond Brothers. So if Nick Newell wins in the first round early, does he get signed? Says Taryn. I say guaranteed. I say if Nick gets to finish in any round, he gets signed. That's what I'm saying. Oh, a nice look at that combination by Crute. Crute slick punching and kicks. Look at the leg of Birchler. The left leg is all lumped up as Crute is throwing some volume. There is a cut under his right eye that's being worked on by Birchler, but Crute looking good so far in the first round. Conor back, big shows, says Sean Bell. I do believe. Oh, man, right under the chin. Crute is taunting Birchler. He's like, come on, motherfucker, let's go. Conor versus Khabib, end of the year. Do you think he gets on the MSG card? 230.
Yes.
Wow. Could you imagine? Complex thinks Crute's nervous. I don't know. I don't know if Crute's really that nervous, but imagine Conor McGregor gets slapped on that UFC 230 card. Man, that card would be retarded. That would be absolutely retarded, that card. Let me know in the chat, are you sick of Conor McGregor? Do you not want to see Conor back? Let me know in the chat. Love to know what you think about that. Does Nick's piece hang to the left? Says he, I don't know. It's possible. Big Dave in this piece, main. All right, Dave. What up? Crute Birchler. First round is winding down. Birchler staying alive. Crute throwing a lot of volume. Oh, the left! Wobbles Birchler. Deer legs. He is knocked out on his feet. Birchler's like this. He's stumbling around doing the drunk dance. The ref stops the fight. He argues, but he's just like, oh, I'm fine. Wow. First round finish. The co-main event. Jim Crute finishes Chris Birchler. Bizarre stoppage over there, but deserving stoppage. Wow. When's the last time you saw a stop like that?
I've never seen a stoppage with someone still on their feet.
I mean, the way it was, right? He was still standing, wobbling around. Here's the left. Holy shit. That is insane. Yo, he gets cracked with a left. He's like, bing, bing, and then he's arguing. He's like, why are you stopping it? What are you stopping it for, Jesse? Why are you stopping the fight? I'm fine.
What are you doing? Stop.
I'm fine. I'm just a little hurt. I can still fight.
Stop. Stop. Did you really just stick that up? Jesse? Jesse?
Hey, it's me. You remember me?
Yeah.
It's the goddamn celebrity trophy. I'm back. Do you remember me?
I do.
Did Nick Newell fight yet?
No.
You didn't fight yet?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How did it feel going up Chris's ass?
I got a little bit of brown stuff on my head, but I'm fine. I shook it off because I'm a goddamn celebrity. But did Nick Newell fight yet?
No.
No? All right.
No.
Hey, chat. Hi. Hit me with the ones. If you want to see my head go up Mystic Moss's ass one more time. All right, thanks. Hi. Black people.
What the fuck?
All right. Okay. All right, if you're just jumping in, buck 32.
Goofball.
This fight's over. Jim Crute with the knockout over there. Jim Crute with the wonderful, wonderful knockout in the first round. Chris gets deer-legged. And yeah. 75 likes, 5 more, 20 likes. Who's ready for Nick Newell?
Trophy's racist.
Oh, God. Tiger Life. Tiger Life. Tiger Life energy drink. Link in the description. And you can be wonderful, wonderful like us.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, Jesse.
Yeah.
Here we go. We are going to the main event of the evening. The reason why 133 people are hanging with the boys. Nick Newell versus Alex Munoz, motherfuckers. It's about to go down. We've been waiting the whole fucking night for this. And here well, not really. We haven't been on. How long have we been on? An hour and 43 minutes?
Sure.
All right. Well, listen.
Yeah, an hour and 43.
It flew by. No. Well, maybe. Yeah. Who knows? All right. So Nick Newell versus Alex Munoz. Who is winning this fight? Does anyone see Alex Munoz winning? Does anyone think that Alex Munoz is going to take away the big opportunity for Nick Newell? Well, let's look over here on the MMA-Holes. We did a little bit of a poll before the show. Let's scroll down and see what we got over here. Yoel Romero versus, look at this, cock versus cock. Yeah, baby. Fucking BBC versus Brazilian BC. Well, BBC. CBD. 112 votes. Yes, 21%. No, 19%. And UFC plus a UFC, UFC contracts and a win is 61%. I'm going to stop talking. What do we got in the chat, Jess? Oh, hold on. 20 likes. Yeah! Bruce Buffer! Fuck that 20! Fuck it! Jesse is replaying what happened before.
He just stuck the trophy up his ass.
She's replaying. That's quality entertainment right there. Entertainment. I was reenacting what happened. We should reenact the finishes, right? We should reenact them on the show. I think that was pretty accurate what happened. Like, you didn't see the trophy? You didn't see the trophy going to the guy's ass?
No, I didn't.
He was like, I'm fine. Anyway. All right, so here's the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're not subbed, give us a sub. We got 12,000. Thank you for the new peeps that jumped aboard. The new MMA-Holes. The people are jumping in. The people have spoken. They're saying that Nick Newell will get the contract.
I can't even look at you.
I don't know. All right, what do we got in the chat? What do you think? Will Nick Newell win and get the contract? Now is the time to let us know because the fight's about to get started.
Duke Chronic says history. Staley02 says we need more ass play. Conchiro U2 says Nick Newell is a Pokemon because he has the pokey arms. Isaiah Moore says it wasn't that funny, was it? King Colby says bunch of degenerates, followed by Greg Golden Blaze saying get wrecked, Dan, and laughing. Duke Chronic says 4-0. He is served up. Drunk Savage says if Nick Newell wins, chug some Tiger Life with your butts. Steve Johnson says, Conchiro, you got a nice little Middle Eastern Asian nap. People over there sleep midday. King Colby says, losers. Sean Bell says, awesome updates and hilarious. Skybet with a 6-1 on Yusuf Kroot Newell win. 20 euros on So Fingers Crossed Newell.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Newell versus Munoz. We're going to do a live reaction. If you're having fun, make sure you slap that like right over there. Let's get that thing up. If you want to share this thing, you can share it. And if you're having a good time, drop a donation. Link in the description. You can interrupt the show at any time. You can talk to speak, play some music down below, and the super chat is open. Thank you for our sponsor over there, Tiger Life Energy, because you are wonderful, wonderful. We'll be live tomorrow night for the Wednesday show, TGIW. And here we go, kids. The backstory of Nick Newell, notorious Nick Newell out of Connecticut. They are showing him. And here is the dramatic story. He grew up with 1.5 arms, and we know Nick. We've seen Nick. We've seen Nick with interviews. We go to events where he has his fighters from FAA. Nick is a good guy. He's a good trainer. He's a good coach, and he's a very good fighter. 14-1-0 with only 1.5 arms. Great stuff over here. There's debate: should they put a glove on his nub? But no, I mean, I don't think so.
It's not a fist.
If you allow elbows, he should be allowed that. So I think it's fair. A lot of people say it's unfair. Once he gets your neck, you're done. He has an advantage. But you got to remember, he only has one fucking arm. He still has to get there. So I don't think he has an advantage. The guy's got one arm. Now, you saw the fight. If you haven't seen the fight, go run it back. After this stream, run back Nick Newell versus Justin Gaethje. Gaethje did work. He beat him up. He beat Nick up pretty bad in that fight. Nick was hurt. but Gaethje did some work. And I want to see Gaethje versus Newell. I want to see the rematch in the UFC. So if the MMA stars align, if the MMA gods look down at us and say, MMA-Holes, they say,
MMA-Holes, I give you Nick Newell to the UFC. And we will see the rematch because we are...
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't know what that was.
So, yeah. I don't know what's happening anymore. Oh, I'm a friendly visitor.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Jessie.
Hi.
Did Nick Newell fight yet?
No, he's getting ready to fight right now, actually. They're showing a promotion of him.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
the guy with one arm, right?
Yeah, one arm. Nick Newell.
Black people.
Black people.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Nick Newell's about to fight. Nick Newell versus Alex Munoz. Let's go. How pumped? Now, let me know. 10 being the most pumped ever. 10 being the most excited ever. 1 being not excited at all. I'm dropping a 10 right now. Let me know in the chat, how pumped are you for notorious Nick Newell? Uriah Faber. Here's a fun fact over here. Uriah Faber's in the corner of Alex Munoz. Next week, Nick Newell's training partner, Justin of Fort Sumter, will be on the Contender Series fighting another guy out of Alpha Male. Faber be in the corner for that as well. So you have FAA versus Team Alpha Male. Let's see what happens over here. This is a tough opponent. This could be Nick Newell's toughest opponent yet. The man is 4-0, and maybe he doesn't have the time in the cage, but there are a lot of good things said about this guy. The chat room is speaking right now, and there's a lot of 10s over there. There's some 8s over there. You guys are pumped up for notorious Nick Newell, and you can say you're friends with Nick Newell. If you're an MMA hole, you can be like, well, I know the guy, right? Right? 12,000 people know Nick Newell because they're MMA holes.
Correct.
Nick Newell's an MMA hole.
He is.
So let's go for Nick Newell. Let's go. Let's get pumped up. Now, you might see some raw emotions here. I'm a little invested in this. I want to see Nick get this. In fact, I met
He's gonna
Nick.
cry.
I met Nick before I started doing this show, and Nick was a very inspiring story to me. I had a little rough patch with Nick for a little while. He was kind of a douche to me in the beginning. We're good now. We're good. And then we got to make fun of the nub. He said he was going to fuck my mom with his nub. It was great. Now we're good friends. Here comes Nick Newell. He pushes the doors open. He's like, fuck. Ugh. Ugh. And he's walking in.
What are you doing?
Nick Newell's walking into the cage. He's shadow boxing. Nick Newell, he's got the fucking spots on his back. What is that called? Cupping. He's cupped. He's cupped. What the fuck is in that Tiger Life drink?
No, I had this
pure
same drink,
enjoyment.
and I have no idea. I think that he laced his drink with crack. Wrong
love
arm,
Nick.
says Amit.
Oh fuck, it's the wrong arm. But if you're looking at it, it's the right arm, right? If you're looking at me, and that's anyway. 11 first round finishes, 9 by submission.
Did you have to tuck your arm into your shirt?
No, it just
Was that
happened.
necessary?
It was magic. That's spontaneous action right over there. That's the MMA holes. You don't see Luke Thomas or Ariel Helwani getting into character. Nick is in the cage! He's in the cage! He's in the fucking cage! My mic just came all over Jessie.
I know, Pulse. He did just elbow when you were doing your arm thing.
Yeah.
You elbowed me right. in
Well,
the shoulder.
don't get in the way of my Nick Newell impersonation. You
I
get
had no
fucked
idea
up.
What you were doing.
You get fucked up. All right, 32. Oh, he's 32. I thought he was 30. 32 years old is Nick Newell. 28 is Alex Munoz. 5'9 Munoz. 5'10 Nick Newell. Nick Newell has a 59-inch reach. I can't. 72 versus 50. They measured the wrong arm. All right. They gave him the wrong. They put the wrong arm's reach. All right, the fight has begun. 173 people watching. Nick Newell is fighting in front of Dana White. We have a clock over here. Munoz coming in hard. Nick Newell. Could you believe that Nick Newell is inside the cage in front of Dana White? Holy shit, barraging shots by Munoz. Nick Newell goes, all right, let's go. Man, Munoz looks strong.
Imagine if he doesn't get.
Munoz looks very strong over here. He looks big too. 5'9". This is so bizarre. I can't believe Nick got here. So bizarre. How could you not root for this shit? Look at this. Head kick by Newell. Now, Newell said to Dana White, get me a meeting with Dana. He goes to Dana and he says, listen, just give me a shot. Just give me a shot here. Here is his shot. I would love to see Dana in the corner. I wish, a flying knee by Nick. Now bounced down to the ground. Munoz is inside the guard of Nick Newell. Nick is off of his back, and here comes the kicks. Leg kicks. But, Nick is not going to get a contract, man. This is so crazy.
Don't
you
say that.
You gotta
Don't
think
say
that
that.
Dana
Knock on
White
wood.
is cringing right now. This is insane.
Knock on wood.
Nick Newell, if you haven't seen anything like this before, the man has one arm. A kick to the body by Newell. It's so weird to watch, right? You could never get used to something like this. I've seen so many fights with Nick, and you could never get used to this. Nick looking very confident. Got in a little bit of trouble before, and now Nick, he's the one moving forward. Nick Newell versus Munoz. First round of the Contender Series. Man, oh man, this is insane. 190 people, welcome to the MMA-Holes. As my alerts are coming on the screen, we are watching Nick Newell versus Alex Munoz. Team Alpha Male versus FAA. Jesse, a nice right lands by Munoz. Nick circles around away from the right, comes in with a head kick. Nick Newell coming in with 2 jabs. Look at this kid. Nick Newell, the heart, one arm, fighting for a UFC contract. I can't even believe what I'm seeing right now. And they didn't give him a layup. A lot of people are speaking very high on Alex Munoz. Nick puts the arm up and lands a right. With one arm. 2:30 left in the first round of the Contender Series. Thank you, Paintman1970. Appreciate it. We like to have a little fun over here. We like to have a little bit of fun. Blue corner is Nick. Gray corner is Munoz. Here comes Munoz. He likes to charge in. Munoz comes in very strong. Nick has been able to weather the approach of Munoz, but Munoz looks confused. It's got to be bizarre. You look across the cage, and here's a guy with a fucking nub coming at you. Here comes a flying knee by Nick. Like, how do you approach a fight like this? How do you train for something like this? It's so bizarre. Do you think Munoz has something behind him? Like, do I feel bad? Munoz goes for the leg of Nick. Nick defending it. Nick gets tripped down. Munoz goes with some hammer fists. Now Munoz is inside the guard of Nick. Nick eats a shot, another shot. Nick puts his hands up, trying to defend. Oh my God, Nick's back is being taken by Munoz. Nick is standing up. Welcome to the MMA-Holes. New subscriber over here. Jambo. What's going on, Jambo? We are watching Nick Newell versus Alex Munoz. And man, oh man. Nick is trying to fight the arms as Munoz is pushing forward, knees to the thighs. Seeing this, it's tough to say, yeah, Nick is going to get a contract if he wins this. Nick gets taken down by Munoz. Munoz is working the back of Nick Newell. Newell's peeling off the hands and eats a left. But as he eats that shot, Nick breaks off. They reset to the middle of the cage. Newell comes in with a right. Fuck. 50 seconds left, first round. We are literally watching a one-armed man fight for a UFC contract. Both trading rights. Insane stuff. Nick Newell retired. Oh, a kick to the face. Nick Newell hurts Munoz. Munoz tries to clinch up, circles around. That definitely hurt. The kick to the face again by Newell. Newell's trying to finish strong. Here comes Munoz with a couple of charging shots. Munoz shakes off the legs. Nick comes in with a right, shakes his head. 25 seconds left in the first round. Now Munoz is laughing because we got to fight. Interesting stuff. First round, winding down. Notorious Nick Newell versus Alex Munoz. You see Uriah Faber in the corner trying to help out his cornerman. Here comes Munoz charging in. Nick weathers it up, resets to the middle of the cage, puts the arm up, and hits him with a right. The counter right by Nick Newell lands flushly. One arm, one round, done. Man, 211 watch, and welcome to the show MMA-Holes as we are on the edge of our seats watching Notorious Nick Newell versus Alex Munoz. Now, you have to give...
I would be devastated if he did not get this.
All right. Let me be realistic for a second here, okay? I'm gonna be realistic, and it kills me to say this. Even if
Don't
Nick,
say it. Don't jinx him.
even if he can find the way to win this fight, I can't see Dana White giving him a contract.
Why?
I can't see it.
Are you kidding?
I don't see it.
He'd be a huge step up for the UFC. If
Listen,
he can prove himself
I don't
here,
see it. He's 14-1, fantastic record over here. Now he's fighting top-level athletes. Looked fantastic in the first round considering the circumstances. But you do have to give Alex Munoz the first round, right? You do have to give him the first round. Now, say Nick does something in his second round and finds a way. But look at this. Like, there are things that can be defended if you have two arms. And it's tough to watch. We're going into the second round over here. Friend of the show, Nick Newell, is fighting in the Contender Series. We're going to sync up this clock when the clock is ready to rock over here. And there we go. All right, we are synced up. Newell versus Munoz. Alex had a hard time
Nick's
finding a
bleeding out of
suitable
his
trainer
nose.
partner for this fight. Says, ow, my kneecaps.
he's bleeding.
Yeah, Nick has a cut over his nose.
No, it looks like his nose is
on
busted.
the bridge of his nose. Definitely got hit with some hard shots. Whew. UFC is at different levels, says Sean Hart. What do you guys say? Do you think if Nick can find a way, it's in the second round now, if Nick can find a way to finish this fight, win this fight, will he get a UFC contract after watching that first round? You want to sync it up with our clock? Here it is. If you can't find the fights, we're going to talk you through it. We'll also be live for the fight night for Poirier versus ALVAREZ this Saturday. Banging fight night card. We're going to be talking about that more in detail tomorrow night on the Wednesday show. Newell Munoz. Okay, a minute into the second rounds. Nick looks like he is a lot more comfortable. There was a little bit of like jitters in the beginning of the fight. Munoz looked a little bit more confident, comfortable. Now Nick has found his footing. Oh, Nick eats a left. Two lefts, but oh my God. Munoz is fucking throwing bombs. Oh my God. Munoz is fucking dropping elbows, dropping shots, clubbing shots by Alex Munoz. Nick was trying to defend with the extra arm. I mean, the what was left of his arm, and it is tough to watch. I would love to see Dana White. I really want to see Dana White. I wish they had the camera on him right now. Man. Oh, shit. What you fucking holes. Wonderful, wonderful fears. If you're jumping in, if you're new to MMA and you don't know what's going on right now, there's a man with one arm fighting on the Contender Series. You need to find that. Yeah, an extra arm. He has an extra arm in his pants.
Oh, Nick is bleeding on his left eye.
Yeah, Nick's got some cuts. Nick is dealing with some cuts on his face over here. Alex Munoz looking very good in the second round. Nick coming in. Nick looks like he's slowing down a little bit. Notorious Nick Newell has eaten some serious shots, trying to get a UFC contract. Not looking good in the second round. Come on, Nick. You know what? Even if he doesn't get the contract, I want Nick to get the win. I need Nick to get the win just to have that storybook ending to his career. I need to see it. A nice left comes in by Munoz. Nick Newell charging him with a right. Munoz going for a takedown. Nick defending the takedown. Pushes Munoz away. Munoz cannot get the takedown against a man with one arm. Nick Newell comes in with an elbow. A jab by Newell. 225, midpoint of the fight. Nick on his back and eats a kick. Wow, that was almost a kick to a downed opponent over there to the head. Nick up top with the leg. Trying to fight off one arm. Nick on his back over here, and Munoz is going to be looking for the back of Notorious Nick Newell. How do you fight hands when you're on your back? And here we go. Nick Newell is going to show you how it's done. Nick finds a way to slip out of it. Munoz looking to go for the back. Now, Munoz looks a little confused here. Nick Newell and Munoz are on the floor. Munoz looks like he wants to scoot around to the back of Newell, but he's on the side. They're at a stalemate. Nick crouching forward. The ref saying you got to do something. 1:45 left, and there's a knee by Munoz to the side, to the rib cage of Newell. Did that fucker just try an illegal knee? Ken, I saw that. Nick was down. Oh, another knee to the side by Munoz. Now, I don't think it was done on purpose. I think it was just in the heat of battle and nothing to be alarmed about, but that could have been nasty. Munoz doing a good job keeping Nick down, looking for the back. Munoz is in a lose-lose situation, right? If you win, you beat a guy with one arm, right? If you lose, well, you lost to a guy with one arm. So it's like it's such a lose-lose situation for Alex Munoz. But credit to Munoz for taking this for real, not going in there and trying to take it for granted. He is going in there and trying to win.
Watch this.
Munoz is trying to work the back of Nick Newell, and it's fascinating to see. You can't get the back of Nick. Nick is trying to crank the arm. Look at this motherfucker. Nick is trying to crank Munoz's arm with one arm. Now, Munoz goes for the back. Nick rolls. Munoz cannot get the back of Newell. They're at a stalemate right now. What he could normally do with a man with two arms, Munoz cannot do to Nick with one. On the side. He seems to be confused. There is a stalemate, and you got to think the ref is going to be thinking about standing him up here, but Newell is working on the arm of Munoz, leaning forward as Munoz is on side. Nick Newell, the Contender Series, the main event, 263 people watching, a fight reaction. We want Nick to get a contract here. He's a friend of the show, and Nick stands up. Nick gets back up to the feet, shakes him off. Nick back up to the feet with 5 seconds left, now ready to charge forward. Munoz. They're exchanging. Nick is fucking hunting. And the round is over. Woo! 2 rounds down. Nick has blood coming from the left eye, pacing back and forth, trying to get back to his corner, sits down on the bench. FAA surrounds him and tries to get some advice. Woof. 1-1 with momentum against Newell, says Dylan Collins. Dylan, I'm going to go 2-zip. I think Munoz is 2-zip. When you go to a decision, you never know what happens. But like Sean Hart says, hats off to Nick. What Hart? Wow, some people say 1-1. Let me know in the chat what you say. I say it's 2-zip. I say Alex is 2-zip. And trust me, I don't want to say that because, you know, Nick's our boy. 2-0 easy Munoz says Kane plays. Please, Nick Man says CC. Vlad says 2-0. Nick Newell 2-0. Yeah, all right. Stop it. Stop your insanity. What's up, Edward Epps? Welcome to the MMA-Holes. You'll have a couple more seconds to subscribe to the greatest channel on YouTube, MMA stuff over here. We give you a lot of content. We'll be live for UFC Fight Night, Poirier versus ALVAREZ. We'll be live tomorrow and Friday as well. We do PFL fights, Bellator fights, and this is the last round of Newell versus Munoz. Jesse, what do you think? Do you think Nick can pull it off? Man. Hard at 100%, says Sean. What's up, Mason? Welcome to the MMA-Holes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciating the likes and the new subs. Welcome to the family, guys and gals. Nick coming in with a flying knee, lands it. Munoz grabs the back, trying to throw Nick to the ground. And there is some blood trickling down the back of Nick Newell. And it looks to be Munoz's blood. Looks like that knee has opened up something on Munoz's face. Cannot see right now because Munoz is facing in the other direction. We got MMA-Holes. They're fucking flowing in. Let's go. Let's go, new peeps. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday night Contender Series. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third round. JBH, Mystic Moss watching Nick Newell try to get a contract over here. Oh, a knee to the head. Munoz. Nick looks hurt. Man, oh man. They break off with a knee to the head. Nick Newell still has that heart. Now Nick is moving forward. Leg kick by Newell. We got some new friends coming in over here. Everybody get on in. Nick comes in with a right. Shout out to Nick Newell, the heart of Nick Newell with one arm. Jessie looks like she's about to eat her heart right now because the third round is going. There's only 3 rounds in these fights. The main events. Who will get a contract? Nick is huffing and puffing. He said, Dana, give me a shot. Give me a shot. Munoz is looking to ruin the party. Direct D's. What's up, Direct D's? JBH might cry. Just watch Jessie and you know what is happening, says Olympia Lowlife. Yeah, Jessie knows that it's not looking good. Now, anything can happen with 3 minutes left in a fight. Nick is still coming in. Nick is trying to catch him with a nub that time. Munoz comes in with a hard takedown. Shoots and gets it. Nick going for the neck. Nick going for the neck. Holy shit. Munoz gets the takedown and Nick grabs the neck. Nick Newell gets the neck of Munoz. Is it tight enough? Munoz tries to roll out of it. Nick is holding strong with his bad arm. The half arm is getting the neck. Munoz is trying to fight it. Munoz does not. Oh, good job by Munoz. Slipping out. Wow. Nick Newell put Munoz in a little bit of trouble. Munoz stayed very patient and slips out of it. Holy shit. Oh, man. That was a close one there for Nick. Nick Newell on his knees crawling to the fence as Munoz is trying to ruin the party. Blood trickling out of both fighters' faces, but looks to be more damage on Nick's. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in a fight. Mosh, check your shorts. Ah! Yeesh. Oh, come on, Nick. Come on, man. Dig in there. Listen, if he doesn't get the contract, you have to give him heart. If he doesn't win the fight, you got to give him heart. But Nick gets back up to the feet. He says, let's go, motherfucker. You cannot question the heart. Nick comes in with an uppercut. Lands on Munoz. Munoz trades with him. Look at this motherfucker. Nick coming in with a right again. Hart backing up. Nick comes in with another right. Nick is all bloodied and a takedown by Munoz inside the guard of Newell. Munoz looking to do some work, trying to finish it up with 125 left. And here comes some elbows by Nick Newell coming in with the short arm. Oh, my God. What's up, Matt? What's going on? Welcome to the show, guys. Holy shit. Notorious Nick Newell with a minute left and 5 seconds. Oh, come on, Nick. Munoz doing some good work here, trying to spoil the party. It looks like he does. This is heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Give me the clap emojis in the chat right now. Give me the claps right now in the chat for the heart of Nick Newell. Stand up. Applaud this man. He put everything in this cage to get that UFC contract. Notorious Nick Newell with 40 seconds left on his knees. Trying to fight off the relentless attack of Munoz. Munoz is trying to get something here to finish the fight, and Nick won't give it to him. Munoz gets the back. The clap in the chat is going wild. Show the respect for Notorious Nick Newell. Munoz is on the back of Nick, trying to go for the neck of Nick. Nick shakes him off, and Nick goes for the back. Holy shit! 15 seconds left. Ah, Munoz slips off. Nick Newell eats a left. 10 seconds left in the fight. Oh my God. Crazy stuff. And here we go. The head and arm. Munoz tries to finish it. Nick is on his back, all bloodied up. FAA. Shout out to FAA. Shout out to FAA. You have a warrior that leads you guys. Nick is on his back looking up. And yeah, that is it. The fight is over. Man. Hard to watch. Hard to watch. Do you think if Nick Newell never retired, right, and kept going, and then trying to make the comeback at 32 years old, do you think if Nick Newell kept going, kept the dream alive, would he have had a shot? Or is it too little too late? Or maybe, just maybe, a man with one arm cannot fight in the UFC? Damn. Damn. Yep, 3-0. I would agree, Kane. Munoz get the decision. So it is going to decision, and yeah, Munoz is going to get the win. Shout out to all the Savage MMA holes. Shout out to Robert Rodriguez. If you guys had a good time tonight, slap me with the ones in the chat. Let me know if you guys are having a good time. We're going to find out the official results over here. Notorious Nick Newell, if you're jumping in right now, Nick Newell looks to lose by a decision. Oh, fuck. Sucks, man. You know, I kind of wish Nick would have won the fight and not got the contract. I kind of wish that could have happened. Munoz gives respect to Nick Newell. This is heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Nick Newell does not get a chance at the UFC. Alex Munoz gets the win. And that's it. That is it. Now we find out who gets a contract. So one thing here is I don't think Alex Munoz is going to get a contract from this. I don't think that's going to happen, right? Jesse, what do you think?
What was the question? You don't think
Alex Munoz, even though he beat a 14-1 Nick Newell, I don't know if he gets that contract over here. So the question is, who gets the contract, or does anyone get a contract?
I really hope they keep their eyes on Nick. I really hope they keep their eyes on him.
What do you mean by keeping their eyes on him?
They said they were going to keep their eyes on like Vanderfort, and they're going to keep their eyes on other fighters.
Mark my words. Nick Newell is not fighting for the UFC.
It's such a disappointment. He puts his fucking life into fighting. All he wanted was
there is no pity contract here. No, there's no pity contract here. You saw in the first round why Nick Newell's not going to get a contract. You saw him. You saw why. There were some parts in this fight where it almost felt like, and listen, we love Nick. Nick is a good friend. Nick is graced the MMA holes multiple times, but we're being real here, right? There were points in that fight in the beginning of the fight. Now Nick had crazy heart, but there were points in the beginning of the fight where it looked like someone was beating up a handicapped man. Let's be honest. That's what was happening, right? That's what was happening. I have to be completely honest. Nick has massive heart.
But he's such a good fighter.
He's a good fighter. Think about it. If he had 2 arms, could you imagine how good he'd be? But he has 1 arm, and he has to work with what he has. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. What is the future for Nick Newell? I mean, it's sad to see because the heart of this man is unbelievable. All right, let's see in the chat. Jesse, what do you think? We're waiting for Dana White to see who got the contract. So let's go. Who do you got going on in that chat?
Trisky H says Nick shouldn't be in the UFC. Let's be real. Cayman Ryder said Munoz might. Oh, I missed it. Sorry. Zachary Keffer says Jesse. What?
You can go back in your chat. You can if you miss something. All right, forget it. Go ahead.
King Mother Drink says give up. NH says JBH. It really sucks. He lost. He won't get a contract with the UFC. Bless this guy is a douche. Says Hermano Ravioli.
Thank you.
It's sad, Jesse, but it's over for Nick. I know, Sean Hart, unfortunately. Much respect, says Van Shipman. Pateman says, sorry, but no UFC contract. Tip of Mitt says, throw more lefts. Fitness for Life 365 says he usually fights way better than this. Never sure got to him. Ebbs Rock says, I hope Nick kicks Moss's ass for those comments.
Who said that?
Ebbs Rock.
Listen, we know Nick. Nick is a good guy, but here's the deal. And this is the difference between our show and any other show. We say it to your face, right? We say it to the fighter's face. We speak real. We speak the truth over here. And let's be honest right now. The first round was a tough one to watch.
The whole fight was tough to watch.
Yeah, but Nick came back. And then at the very end, I mean, come on. We wanted more than anyone on this show to have Nick get that contract, get the rematch against Justin Gaethje. But it's a blessing that it happened this way, because if he would have got the UFC contract, I mean, what would have happened if now he's on a big pay-per-view, a big event, and something seriously happens to him?
Then he's on a big pay-per-view and something serious happens to him. Look at Daniel Cormier. He got a fucking
So you're saying, yeah, let him die. Let him die in the cage.
Is fighting a guy on steroids like John Jones, giving Daniel Cormier a hardcore concussion, any more of an advantage or disadvantage than Nick Newell with half an arm fighting another fighter? You're fighting
the most elite athletes in the world.
It doesn't matter.
We have to be real for a second here. Nick is fantastic. Nick is a specimen. Nick is a pro fighter with a 14-1 record. You cannot take that away from Nick. Okay? You can't take that away from him. But let's be real. Is Nick a top 10 fighter? Is he a top 15 fighter? Is he a top 5 fighter? And I'm saying no. I don't think he's even close to that. And he's 32 years old, too. You can't do that. I want Nick to get a contract. He's put everything into this. He's a good guy. But come on. I mean, what are you going to do? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. And listen, shout out to Nick. You put it out there. You fought a tough opponent. But it looks like the ship has sailed. Now, let me know in the chat what you guys think. Does he have a chance? I hope Nick could bounce back. Who knows? Maybe the Contender Series next year, right? They've given fighters a chance to come back next year in the Contender Series.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you this. Next year, Season 3 of the Contender Series, I say give Nick another chance. Okay? Why not? Give him another chance in the Contender Series and see what happens. Give him a chance to prove himself in front of the boss. Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Would you like to see Nick Newell in the Contender Series get a second chance next year? Yes or no?
Thank you. Fitness for Life 365 says she makes a perfect point. TRT Vitor almost blinded Mike Bisping. So think about it. You have a fighter on...
He's a handicapped man, Jesse.
Wait, listen to me.
It's way different.
Listen to me. If a fighter is on steroids, and I'm using John Jones in DC because this is the most relevant one so far. John Jones was on steroids, gave DC a concussion, beat his fucking head into the mat.
You're making good points,
so
but we're talking about a handicapped man.
Okay, does that not make DC handicapped in that fight? Because
Michael
John
Bisping
Jones
is
was on
handicapped.
steroids?
What's that?
John Jones was on steroids. DC was the handicapped man in that fight. So Nick Newell fighting a normal fighter, not on steroids.
DC was not handicapped in that fight. That's so different. It's like
I don't understand how.
It's literally
one
apples.
Fighter
It's apples
getting
and
more
oranges.
power than the other.
Power. One arm. You have an extra arm.
It doesn't matter.
It's like me fighting an octopus.
He is just as capable. He made it obvious he's just as capable.
Come on,
of fighting.
we have to be real here. You're talking with emotions. I wanted Nick to get the contract. I really do. But I'm glad that it. I'm not glad it happened this way. I wish Nick got the win and then didn't get the contract. I wish it happened that way. But Nick doesn't belong on the UFC roster. I've been rooting for him from the beginning, but I'm going to be real. I am not going to be a phony on this fucking show. I am not going to be a phony on this show. So that's that. And Manu Ravioli says, this guy's serious. And I say, yes, sir. I am serious. All right, we're going to find out right now who slap some sense into her. No, listen, she makes good points, but big difference in a handicapped as an advantage. Yeah, I mean, he is a handicapped man, Jesse. I mean, you got to look at it that way. We've given him every shot here, and he's great. I even sent him a message before the fight. I sent Nick a message before the fight, congratulating him, saying all the MMA holes are in his corner. Nick is a great guy, a great fighter. But after watching this tonight, I cringed. You cringed. So you got to remember that. All right, so we're going to find out who gets the contract. And we have 4 guys in the back room. Interesting stuff over here. 4 guys in the back room, and the 18-year-old is there with sunglasses. Who gets the MMA-Holes contract? Because we're going to sign one of these guys. No, the UFC contract. Who gets it? Jesse, who is a lock?
Hughes, for sure, the heavyweight. Hughes is definitely a lock on this one. I don't think Hooper is going to get a contract, but I think the UFC might keep their eyes on him. As far as Davis Yusuf, I don't see too much happening there.
Yusuf gets a contract.
You think so?
I don't know. I'm just making it up. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. You know, Dana White was standing applauding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Do you give Munoz a contract?
No, I don't.
Logan Paul versus Nick Newell. Nick round 1 KO. Nick could finish a lot of people. Nick could take out a lot of the regional guys, but we're going to find out who gets a contract. Here we go.
Told you.
I told you the developmental.
Well, they're still going to watch him.
Yeah, so that's what I said. You
But he's
develop
not
this
getting a
kid.
contract.
He is getting developed, and that's what I said. He's 18 years old. He's going to be developed. So look at this kid over here, 18 years old. Hooper. Good job. He's smiling. And he doesn't get the contract, but he does get into development. So this kid you will see in the UFC.
Hughes is in.
Hughes in.
Crute's in.
Wow. Jim Crute in. First round finish over here. This kid looks like a stud. It's 8-0 now.
Oh, he hurt himself.
The Nigerian doesn't get in. And Alex Munoz doesn't get in. So if you're jumping in right now, we have Chase Hooper, who's only 18 years old, is being developed by the UFC. You can guarantee this man's going to be in the UFC. Lock it up. He's only 18. Give him a couple of years. In fact, give him 1 year, and you might see this kid in the UFC. You have Geoff Hughes that gets a contract over here. He's in the UFC with a big finish in the first round. And you also get Jim Crute in the UFC with another first-round finish. So, unfortunately, no finish over here. And, unfortunately, no contract for Nick Newell or Alex Munoz. But what a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Jesse, what are your final thoughts over here?
I don't even know, honestly. It's not disappointment in Nick. I think Nick gave it his all. He gave everything that he could into that fight. It was very obvious that he was putting everything he could into that fight. And I have to give credit to Munoz because he treated it like any other fight, which I love because it means he respects Nick enough as a fighter. I'm just so disappointed, you know, like I really wanted to see, and you make a perfect point. You know, I know a lot of people lit me on fire in there, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. Like you said, Nick is a friend of the show. Speaking out of emotions, you want to see him get a contract.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Nick getting a contract would be the greatest story of all time. In fact, if Nick just won the fight, if they're making a movie about Nick Newell, all right? And I think, and hit me with the ones if you would actually watch that movie. They're making a movie, and they stopped the movie because of this final story over here. If Nick would have at least won his last fight, fantastic ending in the story. If the story stops here to Nick getting to in front of Dana White and still not winning but getting there, the story is a fantastic story, a fantastic movie. This man has a storied career. He's 14, now 2-0. Nick Newell, you're a goddamn celebrity over here. We would all watch your movie as you look into the fucking chat room over here, and everyone's just killing it once. Actually, the chat's got to catch up over here. I missed it. Anyway, there is a lot of ones, so you just had to believe me. You are a goddamn celebrity, Nick Newell, and I hope that we do see you in the future compete. We still want to see you compete.
Yeah.
I just don't think that the UFC is for you.
I think it is. I'm always going to think the UFC is for Nick.
You're on that CBD. Let me know in the chat, in the comment section, when this thing winds down, which is going to wind down right now. We're going to be live again tomorrow night. If you haven't subbed, if you like this, give us a sub. If you don't,
Lick my balls.
lick my balls. Comment section down below. Let's start it up. Let's start the conversation. What is next for Nick Newell? Does he belong in the UFC? What do you take from the Contender Series? And if you're just jumping in, yes, Nick Newell did lose the main event, but it was a war. And congratulations to Nick Newell for doing his thing. Jessie, last words.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.